Oh, that's us.
So
That's
anyone
us.
else
Oh no. It killed the joke.
give a reason Starmer has to go in?
You might have to repeat that because the internet decided to die.
Discord killed your punchlines, trying to cancel you.
Discord has made comedy illegal. Yeah, I can't believe it.
This is what the woke left will take from
So
me.
It keeps doing it.
oh, wait, listen, Star has to go in a director's box because of the
No, it keeps doing it. It keeps
Elfin,
doing
you're gonna have to wait until Comedy Unleashed, mate.
Yeah, sorry. That's just how it's gonna play out.
Woke Discord has silenced me.
I have to disconnect and reconnect at this rate. But anyway, we'll cross that bridge if we come to it. Anyway. Hello everyone. What party? The party. Do you remember what you did last time? Do you remember what happened?
Oh yeah, we very successfully robbed this thing, and we don't have to go into it because we actually already did it, and we made 9,000 gold each.
No, that's not what happened.
That's how I remember it too.
Yeah.
That's how it went down, according to you all. You have 2 days.
Oh, it wakes from a dream.
Yes, on you to prove that it didn't happen that way. I'm afraid.
Oh, is that how it works? I'm gonna have to go to the pod now and be like, yeah, see, this is where we ended. Would you like coming up with a plan of how to rob this place?
Yeah. We came up with a pretty foolproof plan.
Yeah, what was the plan? Remind me what the plan was.
I'm not going to tell you what it was, because it's that good. You're just going to have to...
Yeah, you're playing the people we're trying to rob, so we can't tell you.
It's really like, if you're a cop, you have to tell us vibes to that. Like, what? Yeah, as far as I recall, your plan was to walk in the front door, disguised as people who work on the ship.
Yeah.
That's the...
It worked for Inside Man.
To be fair, if I remember rightly, you did say that all people had already walked in through the front door, and they seemed to get out just fine.
Yeah, that is true. Some people did decide to walk in, but they also fell from a great height onto a house.
I mean, we're not going to do that bit.
But you never know. You never know. It's a long night. It's going to be a long night. There's a lot of stuff to do. And you have 2 days of preparations to make. So the plan was you were going to do it when this embassy from the Nihai go to receive their giant wads of cash from the local ruler, the Venerable Prelate. They're going to get the cash and then they're going to go on the ship and they're going to leave, presumably. But your plan is... So you have 2 parts of the plan. One, robbing the ship, which is really a you thing. The other part is you're going to run the blockade around the city. You're going to have Mug attempt to run the blockade with his ramshackle crew of randoms he's picked up from this town and a few of the people he originally came here with.
Yeah.
You're also taking the first mate and Angra's favourite character with you for the heist.
Oh yeah.
Because she speaks
It
the
must
language.
be love, love, love. Ba-down.
Can't wait to see how this plays out. I bet it's going to be really good.
Is there a spell we can use to teach the other party members Turkish, or is it just going to have to be me and her?
Comprehend languages, really, but yeah. I mean, I'm sure a lot of them speak Common. Everyone learns Common in school, you know. Like,
I mean, I have telepathy, so if I can whisper Turkish in like Art's ear,
it just made me think of like whispering the Shahada. we really like.
Yeah, Hussein Kesvani has developed telepathy.
that's why Boris Johnson has accepted the light of Islam. I've heard reports. Right. I've heard reports more than once on that front.
I mean, if we're stopped and somebody questions one of us, you or someone else who talks fantasy Turkish can just step up and say, "Oh, they're actually mute, so they can only nod or shake their head." And then, like, telepathically tell us to nod or shake our head.
As long as they don't mind a 3-second delay between everything, they'll be fine.
Yes, they just take a while to understand spoken language. It's just, you know, it's
not their first language. You know, they're
it's a big empire. They could just not speak the language. You know,
I do know people in real life who are like, you'll ask them a question. And it would be quite. You'll think it's quite a straightforward one, and you will get several seconds of silence while they contemplate.
Yeah.
We're all from. He's from Nihai. Art's just from like Fantasy Serbia or something.
And Some people are non-verbal. It's actually ableist.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's an inclusive ship. It's an inclusive
Yeah,
ship.
let's shame this ship
Yeah, let's
by
own
pretending to.
scolding the ship so they have to give you treasure. That's
I'm sorry, that's actually really that's not on. It's. I mean, you didn't know, but
Yeah.
next time.
Do we know if you be like DEI officers on the ship? Is that going to be possible?
I
'Cause would
mean,
love that.
you're welcome to attempt to do DEI officers on the ship. You're welcome to attempt it. I'm not saying you can't. Someone might just feel awkward enough out of social shame to give you like a free sandwich or something. I don't know. Like, I have no idea how that's going to play out. But you do have 2 days, and I'm going to act like you went to bed at the end of the last one on the ship because, you know, getting late.
And Angrith obviously shared a hammock with our friend.
Would Kahana? No, I don't think
Yeah.
Angrith did. I think you all got various hammocks and other things to sleep in of your own. There's plenty of room. Discord really is having a nightmare today. But yeah,
It really is.
yeah, wow. I can only hope it doesn't freeze on a frame of me eating noodles. That's going to be really bad for everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the morning. You are on Mug's ship, the Negotiator, which is a great name for a ship.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It's a great name. I don't know where that came from. That couldn't have been me who came up with it. That's actually good. But you are on the Negotiator. It is the morning. You have 2 days until Heist Day. So what do you want to do? You can fuck around. You can do whatever you want, really. But, like, is there anything in particular you want to do to either prepare for the heist or just generally, you know, have a look around the city or whatever it is now?
I think we should be looking for either potions or like scrolls or somewhere to learn something that can make us invisible. Any invisibility potions or something like that.
Or like
Would be helpful during a
dimension
heist.
door stuff.
Yeah.
Hey. Okay. Oh, it froze again. It froze again. Alright.
The new villain of the campaign.
Yeah, Discord. I've got a lot more villains in mind, but yeah. So you want to find potions. It's easy enough. There'll be plenty of wizards and apothecaries and so on in the city. Shouldn't be that difficult. Is there anything else you want to do? Oh, it's frozen again.
We're back.
If you don't mind the circle screwing up, Sin, I could turn my video off and see if that helps. I don't know if it would.
Probably won't. I'm going to be real.
It would just be you that would be having problems rather than all of us.
Yeah.
What you could try, Sin, is bouncing us from. I assume we hosted in Europe, bouncing us somewhere else, and then bouncing us back.
Could be. If I ever learned how to use Discord properly. You see, that's a good idea. But it requires me to know what I'm doing. Which is a big ask, really, all told.
I think you can do it by. Can you right click the channel and that should show options maybe?
No. I think we're just gonna have to try and roll with it as best we can and just see if it fixes itself. It might fix it.
For me, it's like a high definition, but Elfin's moving like a stop motion.
Yeah, that is the thing that is mainly happening, yeah.
I love technology.
Yeah, I love to live in 2024 and, you know, to experience technical difficulties. It's great.
Yeah.
Feels like we should have figured this out by now. I just watched a video today of a person uploading a YouTube video with 2 tins and a string, and we can't even fucking do this. Like,
I do not know enough about coding to know how that would even fucking work, and that blows
oh,
my
he had
mind.
to write 2 different codes, and one of the codes was to help him understand his other code. It was really bad. I
think I was on the wrong network.
Oh, okay. Well, that might help everything.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's smoother than before. Yeah.
Okay, so you want to get potions. You want to go to an apothecary or something like that.
Yeah.
Is there anything else the party wants to do? You're probably eating breakfast. You're having some fish and bread on the ship.
I think just like
Yeah.
scoping out what like rotations of guard duties and things like that, and seeing how the ship works for 2 days.
Can I ask a question about how Find Familiar works? Can we use the familiar for recon? Could we send the kitten in and have it do recon?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's like if I'm seeing through the familiar, then I'm not aware of my own surroundings.
Okay, well we could look after you. I mean, if you're right next to the ship.
Yeah, I trust one or two of you.
I'm not going to ask which one or two of those we are.
I mean, we definitely won't draw a little moustache on you and little glasses. Like, that won't happen.
Yeah, it definitely won't be like you're the first one to fall asleep at a party.
Yeah. Magic marker them.
Elfin doing all the recon for the party, looking with a giant penis on the forehead.
Mug just walks in and is like, huh, this seems normal for you. So you just like this all the time, huh? You know?
We're working on disguises.
Yeah, so recon,
Okay.
magic shopping, anything else do we need?
Recon with cat.
Yeah.
I mean, with cat is the best bet because they're gonna like the cat.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They're gonna like the cat.
I was betting on just because we watch from outside, we can do certain things, but if we go inside, we can see where as I said, the bodies are buried. They won't be buried.
Well, maybe. There's sea burial, you know.
True.
Like with Bin Laden. That's what they'll do.
That's how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. It's technically fine. Not in that
Do we
case,
know
but...
what time the ceremony is at the palace?
No, that is information you do not have.
Okay.
Just guess 9/11. That's probably.
I mean...
Yeah, 9 minutes past 11.
Yeah, exactly. That's the exact time for some reason that they
Minutes
arrive
past
at
11.
the palace. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we can figure out what time that starts and what time it ends, and
Yeah, it's going to be important.
and that
Actually,
sort of shit.
Is there any way that we could, I guess this is just a general question to everyone, keep the people there at the place for longer so that we have more time on the ship to rob it? Can we do like an entangling thing or like a trap?
Or an arcane lock. Or...
Yeah.
Or like,
Or just a
run
lot of
up to
banana
the-
peels outside the gate. I don't know.
trap them in the palace.
Mm.
That's...
Yeah.
I think that if they figured out that someone had tried to lock them in, they would then rush back much quicker.
There is that risk.
Unless you could like find or hire someone to like provide some entertainment to extend things at the palace a bit longer.
Well, do you know anyone who could provide
Yeah,
entertainment?
do we know any entertainers in this party? I don't think we
I
have
could
a
see
single...
a distraction again.
None come to mind.
We don't have a single entertaining character in this party.
But the problem is we need Bard on the robbery.
Yes.
So
yeah,
we need
because
to find
in case
someone
you split
else.
the party, you need to have two people who speak the language, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to find a second musician.
You need to find another musician.
A second fiddle.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Literal second fiddle.
Oh, for a moment I forgot I played the fiddle.
Yeah. It's in the art of the character.
It's literally in the art.
Like, I'm kind of disappointed it wasn't the sort of wind instrument that the Janissaries band plays, because that would have been more fun and more obnoxious. But
Yeah, no, I just like the aesthetic of the fiddle. I can't
Yeah.
stray away.
I don't think the Mecteron used fiddles, which is really funny to me that you were just not very good at your job. That you showed up with the wrong instrument to the marching constantly.
I think if we figured anything out about Barbara, that she wasn't the ideal soldier.
Yeah.
You know.
Wasn't she a cook?
Yes, exactly.
You weren't,
yet
you,
to
weren't
play
even,
instrument.
you weren't even in the like Mecteron, the actual band. You were just like you just played the instrument out of aspiration.
Fiddles are not known for being particularly useful as part of marching bands.
Yeah, it's more of like a
quiet.
dancing, like more of a, you know, like fiddles. You know, that's like Black Sea folk music right there. Not. Oh no.
We're back.
I love when I'm seeing the marching band. There's a fiddle solo in the middle. It's really
Yeah.
Between all the drums and like brass instruments and
And
bagpipes, there's one
The-
really quiet fiddle.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess if the marching pace was like insanely quick, then you would have a fiddle. But I don't know when that would happen on a campaign.
Usain Bolt Devil Went Down to Georgia marching band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you are.
But like 40 fiddles so that someone can actually hear them.
Yeah. Over the drums and. Oh, all right. Okay. So you want to. So you need to figure out the times,
Mhm.
and you want to maybe find a second fiddle.
I should write this down.
All right. You got. Yeah.
Figure out 9/11 time.
Fucking. All right. Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
Recon with Kitten.
Recon with Kitten.
Yeah.
Discord
Draw.
frozen in time.
Magic
To be fair-
shopping.
Discord frozen in time.
Yeah, there you go. Frozen time as he was talking there. That's good news. Mid talk freeze. It was excellent. It was perfect.
It was
was-
like you cast a spell.
I know. It's incredible.
Discord freeze.
It's
I was in the middle of saying Discord frozen in time sounds like a D&D villain, and that also makes it work.
yeah. It's perfect. Okay. Okay. So, does the party want to start day one of their general reconnaissance and intel gathering? Then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this the first day without perpetual soup, or does the negotiator have perpetual soup?
It mostly serves fish. Like it's. God, all right. Right, I was saying, it mostly serves fish, mostly fish. It's a ship. It's fish, and you get lemon with the fish.
Okay.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. God damn it. I'm afraid to talk now. I'm afraid to talk. I'm afraid. Right, what I might
Good.
do. Yeah, I'm just like.
We're
really-
all-
we're all so anxious now that it's gonna break. Right. What I was gonna suggest, maybe we all just like we put it on the be right back screen. Everyone disconnects and comes back into the call, and we just see if
Okay.
that sorts it out. I'll put us on be right back real quick. Being on screen. All right, we're back. Maybe it's fixed. I don't know. That's traditionally how I fix things at work. So, there's fingers crossed that translates. Right. So, what's the first thing you want to do on day one? It is the morning. You've
I
just
think
had your
morning
fish and
we should
bread.
get right on to the reconnaissance and drawing glasses and moustaches on Elfin's face.
We haven't
I
had a
agree.
second breakfast.
No second records. They don't.
No.
We might feed you second breakfast while you're unconscious.
Yeah, when you're a cat, you might get second breakfast
I'm
because
not
they'll
a cat.
because they'll probably feed the cat, right?
We're not gonna teabag
I'm
Elfin.
not that kind of druid.
Oh. I feel
I'm not like other druids.
I feel like I've inserted myself way too much into this conversation and should just let you all get on with it. So, what are you doing?
I'm sorry, I can't be the cat girl you want.
I think we're gonna find a nice. We're just gonna sit. Probably just say sipping at the breakfast table. But do we want to look out for guards as well? Or
I
do we
think
let the cat deal
just-
with it?
Just let the cat have a look around.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Do you
mean, we
want to
can
let?
take a look.
Should we let Mug in on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gather around, everyone.
Mug is eating at the captain's table, and you summon him over. It's like,
Oh, we absolutely think that we're big enough shots to just walk up and sit at the captain's table with Mug. There's no way
They-
that
he's-
doesn't happen.
there's no way he would kick you off it either.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're all just sat with Mug while he's eating.
Yeah.
So what? Wait. So what are you doing with the cat?
Feeding it fish. What?
Feeding it fish and sending it in.
Okay, into the other ship, right? You're not going to look around this ship because that would.
Why would we do that?
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to be clear because from some of the language
What
earlier,
are you hiding?
nothing.
No,
Perception
okay.
check, please. Let's go.
Where's Mug got his what? I guess like porn sketches.
Yeah, his incredibly shady collection of like novelty coins from other
His
places.
wood carvings.
Yeah, like his Venus figurines he collected from someone. Like,
I did roll a 12, so good news for everyone who wanted us to not look around this ship.
yeah, well, Mug seems to just be kind of confused by the way you were talking about the plan before, rather than actively hiding something. So there's that.
Yeah.
So there,
I don't get
is
what
there
was
a way
confusing.
to slip our little friend here? And I point to the
White
little cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think onto the other ship. Is there like a gangplank or something? She
Yeah,
hop
you could
over?
just
Hoof it
probably
over.
She could just probably walk into the ship, I'd imagine, judging from what you said about those other people.
Can I give my own familiar spider climb?
Yeah, if you touch, if you're in touching distance, it can have spider climb. You could have spider cat.
It's like I'm thinking about a cat coming flying onto the deck.
Yeah, let's combine these plans.
It's just gonna be like that. It's just gonna be like that fucking episode of Community where it's like backburner tribe. We've got to deal with this cat.
Anger's gonna launch it over the boat.
And everyone on the boat's like, yeah, that's normal, it's just cats,
Yeah,
man.
it's just a cat. Yeah,
And just like that.
yeah. Because like, oh, it seems upset. We should calm it down.
Best not to deal with that. Let it wander.
All right. Well, okay. So, are you seriously throwing the cat at the ship? Are you really gonna give it a go? Because its deck is like way higher than your ship's deck.
No,
Yeah,
it can
so,
just
like,
walk on.
Yeah, it can just walk on. Surely, like,
It's a cat.
yeah, no one's gonna give a shit about a cat.
I
It's like
imagine
the
there's
whole
lots
Elder
of
Scrolls
cats
thing.
around the port.
Yeah, by the fish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
I did see a thing about a Japanese game show doing weightlifting. They seeing what the heaviest fish cats could lift were as a competition between different cats. And I'm like, yes, this is the Olympics to me.
Oh, that's
Um,
art.
Okay.
Also, ships often have ratting cats as well,
Yes.
so it's not that weird.
Yeah. Also, it's a big ship. They've probably got more than one cat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how are they going to know it's not their cat?
Yeah.
Are you
It
comfortable
doesn't speak
sending her in through
Turkish.
the front door then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
How do we do? So how do we do this? Do we
Yeah.
just does Elfin just fall asleep?
So is it like in Game of Thrones where you walk into the animal?
Yeah,
Is
like
that-
your eyes
is
roll
that
back in your
like
head.
is that like how it works?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, as I understand it, that's how it's meant to work. So basically, you all have to keep Elfin's body safe on the ship, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then Elfin's in control of the cat,
Very
and
Mhm.
to see through the cat's eyes and all that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Don't worry.
No, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay, so let's do the cat bit first. What's the cat's name? I don't think I ever.
I think it was Agrif Jr.
Oh, Angriff Jr. Yes, I remember. Okay, so I guess now we're doing Angriff Jr. POV. Elfin, what's Angrith Junior doing? So you all watch Elfin mutter the incantations for the action taking over the familiar. The eyes roll back, slumps in the seat, and the cat, I assume, just starts scurrying off.
Yeah.
Okay. So is Angrith Junior just straight up going to walk up and just walk in? Is that
Yeah.
the okay? So Angrith Junior goes from the gangplank, from the negotiator onto the docks, kind of just trots along the docks. No one really pays attention to a cat on the docks. It's fine. It's a cat. And when you turn to face this gigantic, monstrous treasure ship, you see two of these leather-clad, iron-masked, scimitar-wielding guards standing there. And they're not reacting to the cat at all, but you're just kind of sat at the end of the gangplank at the moment, looking at them.
And that way cats do. Just
Just like they're thinking something really horrible about you, but who knows?
Very tiny little paws.
Yeah. So you're just gonna walk past. You try and walk up the gangplank past them, and they don't impede you at all. In fact, one of them leans down to pet the cat as they walk by.
Do
Throw
you
up on his
feel that
shoes.
like it's a human, or do you feel like it's a cat? If you're
Assume it's like it's a cat, right?
okay,
'Cause otherwise-
you know what I feel like. Yeah.
You don't want to feel that, like, this janissary with their gloved hand has just stroked from the top of your head down to the small of your
Yeah,
back.
that might be a bit weird.
Yeah.
Oh, don't stop! Elvin's never felt this way.
Okay, you are now in the ship. Are you looking for anything in
Set up
particular?
our old ship, you have Ghana.
Yeah, so the gangplank kind of is quite steep, but it takes you to the top deck. And you can just see members of the crew just generally tying knots, hanging. A lot of them are playing cards and appear to be drinking this sort of milky white concoction out of clear glasses. They seem to be relaxing. The regular crew are relaxing, but you see a lot of these guards walking around.
Just sipping on cum.
Yeah, the cum drink. That's yeah.
I didn't want to be the one to say it. I'm glad you did.
It's how the drink looks when you mix it with water, and people know what drink I mean.
Is that? Are you talking about that French one? It's like the aniseed kind of.
It is an aniseed drink. You have got the right idea, but I'm talking about the Turkish version and the Greek version of like ouzo or raka.
My French flatmate used to drink a lot. He I can't remember what it's called right now, but there was one bar we used to go to that had one dusty old bottle of this shit.
Oh,
and it
man.
fucking reeked, and it looked exactly like cum.
Yeah. It is a beverage I would not consume regularly because it's kind of absinthe tier for you're gonna ruin your night out of beverages. I would say it's up there. It's certainly up there. So yeah, the crew seem relaxed. There's not a particular high alertness at this point. So where are you heading towards? There's one area there's like a door to a cabin. You would assume a captain's cabin, and there are a few hatches that will take you down into the ship.
I guess I go down into the ship.
Okay, so there is an open hatch. You manage to you see it's like a rope ladder down, but you manage to, as a cat, just sort of elegantly and without looking completely embarrassed, fall your way down. And you have reached the second deck. You do spot these large bronze cannons. Probably one of many layers of large bronze cannons that are used on this ship. And it doesn't seem like this particular layer is the one you're looking for. It doesn't have any treasure on it. It is just like a bit with cannonballs and cannons.
But it does mean something will explode if you put the right amount of fire on it.
Yeah, not all information is bad information, And there are now various ways you can sort of get down to lower decks, but no one is impeding you at all.
Can can I smell any food?
You can smell below you that there is like a lot of food, meats, and very very many nice things, well spiced meats, fresh food too. The food is fresh on this ship.
That's unusual.
Yeah, if only they had some way of storing food permanently without it going off in this unit. Like, who's to say?
Just put it in a perpetual soup.
I gotta be real. Like, while I've been working, I've been watching like loads of YouTube videos about the Age of Sail. Like, and I've just got like the Grand Magazine like screaming in my head right now.
Okay, so you go down another deck, and you remember the other guys who tried to rob this? They mentioned the buffet. There is like a breakfast buffet that does have like a doner, like a chicken doner going around. You gotta get your daily
robbing this place just for the breakfast buffet.
You gotta get your chicken ration. That's
and if you're in a cat body, how can you resist that?
Yeah, and there's also a chicken dessert, of course, being served.
Excuse me?
There's a chicken dessert. Have you not heard about the chicken dessert?
Oh, the fucking chicken dessert.
How have you?
No.
So in Turkey, they have a dessert that is made of chicken.
Is that just where it ends?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty. I don't know how much more I could realistically explain it without.
Have you had it?
Here's one I made earlier.
Yeah, I've had it twice. I've eaten it once on stream.
Is it nice?
It's pretty nice. Yeah, it's very vanilla-y, creamy kind of dessert.
Like rice pudding.
Yeah,
chicken.
kinda. Yeah, kinda. I'd say in that area, it's much nicer than rice pudding. Actually, I find it.
That can't be true. I like rice pudding.
I guess my default position is to not like rice pudding very much. It's very nice. Yeah.
I'm detecting anti-English racism right now.
Yeah.
Have you tried it with a bit of jam, Sinan?
No, I don't particularly care for jam, to be honest. So, depends on the.
And that's why
it's a fucking disgrace.
Depends on the jam, really. Because I've got like an apple pie flavored jam that I quite like.
Elfin, call your mobbly right now.
We can't go.
It's motherfucker disrespected jam.
Yeah. Fuck's sake.
An apple pie flavored. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is a tangent. What do you mean? Do you mean just like?
Do you want me to
just an apple jam that's got cinnamon in it or something?
Yeah, like, do you want me to go get the jam?
I don't know.
Have to now.
I'm just picturing pastry chunks inside the jam.
It's not got pastry chunks in it. It is just flavored like pie filling.
What does that mean?
I don't know how to explain it any better than I have. I don't know how to explain.
It's flavored like pie filling, but it's not pie filling.
It's not pie filling. It's a jam that it has because the textures are different, right? Between a jam and a pie filling.
So it's smooth pie filling.
Yeah, basically. There you go.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons, everyone.
It's a smooth pie filling that is really nice.
Is there any smooth pie filling on the ship?
Yeah, they have many smooth pie fillings.
We need to stop saying that. It's bad.
It's aggravating John so much.
It's got bad ear feel. Smooth pie filling does not.
Stop putting it in your fucking ears, then.
Yeah, stop. Yes.
I don't like how that feels coming out the mouth and going into the ears. That's bad.
Now I don't like jam, but I do love a smooth pie filling.
Well, I say to the smooth pie filling manufacturers of Britain, get up and get on with it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the large amount of smooth pie filling.
all it's making me think about is the episode of Always Sunny where they talk about cream pies and Charlie's talking about actual pies of cream. That's all.
I just watched that episode over lunch today.
Over lunch?
Yeah. I have no sense of disgust. So
what was your lunch? A smooth pie filling?
No. I just imagining Keir Starmer showing off the £200,000 worth of smooth pie fillings he got from the industry.
Oh no!
His fucking gurning face, just like.
No, I can't get in the Arsenal stands without £200,000 worth of smooth pie filling.
I actually exchanged smooth pie filling for my box tickets at the Emirates. Using my high charisma. Now that's where the story breaks down.
An insider Labour source says that Keir Starmer likes to climb into the vat of smooth pie filling at night.
Okay, we spent like 3 minutes on this. We need to get back to fucking hell.
I tried, but everyone sort of went off on another tangent.
I will eat.
I was trying to let it go, but
It's just okay. So Elfin, you do see the buffet. With the
some of the
rotating
chicken.
Yeah, no, people give you chicken. The guy in charge of the chicken gives you chicken because you're a cat.
Are there any like circular pastries of any
Oh yeah,
nature?
there's like a circle bread ring. Yeah, you got all of it, all the classics.
Circle bread ring, my favourite.
It's a real thing.
Does it come with a little bowl of
smooth pie filling? No, okay, that one's on me. I'm sorry, everyone. That one's actually on me.
I've basically goaded you into that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but like you have to know, I can't resist. I have no impulse control.
Pure id.
Yeah, like I have no impulse control. You have to understand this about me. I can't concentrate, and I can't control my impulses. Like so.
I can't even remember if the cat made it to the buffet. I think she was just smelling it.
Yeah, no, the cat's gone up to the buffet and eaten chicken. It's fine. That's fine.
It was his instinct.
There are several of the soldiers
I pounced on the buffet.
Yeah, I roll to attack the buffet.
Roll initiative versus the buffet.
You have been defeated by the buffet again.
Smooth pie filling rolled in natural 20. It's gonna.
I'm going to have to rename the whole episode to be about smooth pie filling. I feel like your prize is going to be a giant jar of smooth pie filling at this point. Yeah. But
it's absolutely fine so long as you declare it.
Okay, right. Elfin, having had your delicious piece of chicken, Angriff Jr. has had his delicious piece of chicken. What do you wish to do next?
I look for treasure.
Yeah, there's like a couple of doors you could go through, like on either side. So you get the sense you don't know where you're going, so you just pick a door, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So you go right. So you're heading towards the back of the ship, which is probably a good bet because there's a long kind of corridor with doors that go off, and you notice that there's now actually stairs that take you down at a certain point. And you are before, as you go down and continue going down to the very, not to the very, very bottom, but like almost the bottom of the ship, you do see two very large wooden doors that appear to have, like, glowing glyphs kind of fading in and out on them. Big lock. It's pretty clear that whatever's in these two rooms, they're not keen on sharing it.
Untold amounts of pie filling.
Yeah. The amount of pie filling here will blow
It's
your
like
mind.
leaking under the door.
Yeah. If you could have anything in the world right now, what would you want? Oh, anything? Pie filling. Oh, you are gonna...
You're gonna say crack.
Yeah. No, you are gonna love it.
Honestly, I think that's one of the best lines in
That
there.
is so
You
good.
are going
to love
it.
it. Yeah. I think it's up there with, like, no one has ever woken up in the morning with more crack to smoke. Like, it's up there with that.
No, we're the same age.
So I guess that's one other thing we might need to do is find a way of breaking some arcane locks.
So it's about 7 decks down where this is.
7 decks.
It's a big ship.
Fucking hell.
It's a big ship. About 7 decks down is where the big locked doors are.
Do they have
Is that the bottom of the ship,
Not
or does it keep
quite.
fucking going?
It's got
Not
at least
quite.
one more deck down.
Does it look like it would open with a key, or is it just a spell?
It looks like it could open with a key. It is a mechanical lock. It just looks like it's been enhanced by magic.
Right. Okay. Maybe it's.
So we get the impression that you could lockpick it.
Once Elfin explains all of this to you, yes, you do get
Okay.
that impression.
Do we have detect traps? Is that a thing that rogues have? Right.
It's not detect traps, it's just perception check or investigation
Right,
to
okay.
find if there's traps.
I see.
So Elfin, do you want to do any more specific exploration, or are you gonna come back from the cat, let the cat figure its own way out, and
Yeah, the cat knows what it's doing.
okay. So what has the party been doing to Elfin? What have you drawn? What have you done? Go on.
Glasses,
Yep.
a little twirly moustache, big old penis.
Gonna have a disadvantage on charisma-related rolls.
What does Mug have on his desk? I'm imagining like we're taking Eddie quills and using them to like make her hair like in like a bunch of feathers.
Yeah.
Doing this with a fucking quill feels wrong on some level. I don't know.
Okay, we're taking them out. We're taking them out after a long look from Angriff.
Yeah, Anger is like, you gonna mess with this person's stationery? Is that how low we've
his
gone?
head. Shaking his head.
Part of my oath was don't fuck with a man's stationery.
Yeah. Like, okay.
I offer the I guess paintbrush
Yeah.
to Mug and be like, got anything? Any ideas?
He kind of looks, and he sort of sees the twirling mustache and gives like an evil sort of like soul patchy kind of thing on there.
Nice. And now they'll never know because they'll be looking for a soul patched dick forehead, not
Dick forehead.
Dick-
When I-
After that dick forehead.
Yeah. We're looking for a woman with a penis on her forehead. Have you seen her? Like they wouldn't.
When I
I mean
know
that
it's drawn.
look, if you were robbed by someone with a dick on their forehead, that would be the thing you would remember.
That's true, I guess, but like, I don't think that they would treat it as if it was a permanent, like, unless you made it look like a tattoo, I guess. But then there's a lot more questions and answers then at that point, isn't there? Like,
I'm also going to tie her shoelaces together just for good measure.
okay.
Wow.
And Elfin, you are back with all of the
I
various.
cast Eldritch fast.
Oh god, Eldritch, who are you casting it at?
You don't know
Just in
what's
front
going
of
on.
you, blindly.
Just like as an alarm mechanism, you're just firing. And luckily, no one's directly in front of you, but the Eldritch Blast goes across. Presumably, we moved this to Mug's like cabin, and it's just smashed one of the paintings on his wall. And he's like, well, on the one hand, that was a gift from my dad, but on the other hand, it was also a gift from my dad, so I'm not feeling too cut up about it.
Free therapy.
Maybe Elfin's got this patron. Maybe he can make some jam to make up for it.
Is it a smooth jam? Does it go into pies for jam? Been hearing a lot about these sorts of jams lately.
We did not. We looked after you, Elfin. We moved you down here, so nothing's
Please
happened.
tell us everything you saw
Yeah.
Okay.
without looking into your immediate surroundings.
Presumably, Elfin has told you the things that have happened because I've narrated them to you. Also about the buffet.
Yeah, it's a really good buffet, folks.
Mm.
Can we ask? Well, Mug, because he's like a more experienced thief, right? Would you?
Well, he's a
Like, was he-
pirate. He's not.
Yeah, they steal things.
Yeah, but like not in this like. Sometimes like this, but it's usually a bit more of a direct confrontation.
Yeah.
Than what you're
They didn't
planning.
pull up to. They don't pull
Right.
up to Ocean's 11 with a cannon.
Yeah.
Mug,
Although,
you've
what a
been
film,
a better movie
what a
for
film that would be. If,
you've opened your share of treasure chests in your time, right?
sure.
How would you deal with a lock like the one that Elfin just described?
I would pick the lock. Or
That
I
sounds
would
like a
find
lot
out
of work.
or I would find out the password that the lock uses, because these arcane locks often have a password, or I would have someone who knows the spell knock. Because that would
I'm
probably
good at
suppress
picking locks. That's kind of my thing. So I can probably do that. Like
I don't
not-
think we want to learn anything, so I think this is a good option.
I have a +10 to sleight of hand, which is the lock picking thing. So
Yeah.
and so it's likely going to be okay for lock picking. We could find like a scroll of knock or something. But
Yeah.
Yeah, where are you gonna find those in this economy? You know, like.
Mm. And who would have these passwords? Would that be like the guards in charge of the room or someone else? Would they keep them
Probably
further away?
whoever cast the spell,
hmm,
which I would
Right.
bet they're not going to tell you, because that would,
If they're even on the ship.
yeah, they could have just locked it when it was. Although, having thought about it, they have to put the treasure in there somehow.
Right?
yeah. So you could just have the cat stationed out there
Or you could,
all day waiting.
cut a hole in the above deck and then drop into the treasure room.
Now that is a plan.
Surely they'll have thought
That
of that.
that seems less good. How
How are you going to get out? How are you going to get out, right?
Yeah, and how do we cut a hole?
With a saw, I assume. It's a wooden ship.
Right.
Yeah, well, this
No.
ship is meant to be fucking enormous. That wouldn't
How
probably
thick,
be like
how
2
thick
feet.
is the like deck
Yeah,
gonna be?
How do you think a saw
That
works?
much wood?
I don't know. It's not my. I'm not. In,
You'd have to drill in and then get an angle, make a noise, and then start sawing.
Yeah.
well, then you better be quick about it, I guess.
What to do is quickly saw through the
Have you ever
perimeter of a
sawed
circle,
anything?
like 2 feet across, 2 feet of wood? Sounds great.
You haven't got your tools!
He gestures to a small bedside table that he clearly made himself. Clearly, because it's not very well made. And he's like, I think I did a pretty good job there. And then
Yeah,
as
did
he
you
says
make it
that,
quietly?
the leg caves and it falls. And it's like, oh, fuck off. Like,
Here's the question then, based on what Art said. If we did leave Elfin's familiar there, God forbid, I'm not saying we leave Angriff Jr. there all day, but would she be
That
able to
being
keep
said.
listening, or would we have to keep Elfin here basically comatose?
I mean,
you'd have to have, just as DM, you would have to keep Elfin basically comatose all day.
presumably, so we know they're going to have to go in. Are they getting treasure?
They're
All the time.
receiving no, but they're
so-
gonna receive it in one big go on the day.
So okay, so they're not receiving anything prior to that
Yeah.
at all, right?
That we know of.
Right. So I mean, we could. I would think that there's a possibility that just prior to getting a bunch of treasure, someone would come and check. So we could send the cat in like just immediately prior, like an hour or so prior to when we know they're going to leave, and just have a look to see if anyone comes on by.
I agree. Good to be prepared. Especially now that she knows where the treasure rooms are. So
Yeah.
it won't even be hard to find it.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Okay. So that's your first plan. It is now having gone through all of this around midday. Midday kind of just passed. You're into the afternoon now. So you've done your cat recon.
So from what the cat recon did make us think about what we might need. So I would maybe think that maybe we should find out more about the ceremony and do the shopping last. Just
Mhm.
so we don't get surprised by anything we might need later on.
Yep. If we still want to like see if we can hire some musicians to like set up shop somewhere like just outside of the palace to like put on a big show to maybe
Yeah, is there a
delay
bard's
people.
college in this town?
A bard's college. That's an interesting
That's just
question.
the Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, I
tool. I don't know if that's a really a thing that you can get.
I mean, well, yeah, as the god of the world, I guess you could have a bard's college here. There's definitely sort of schools of music, performing schools. There are kind of fewer of them than there would be in a normal city, because this is more of a temple city, more focused on like, godliness and not on performing and idolatry and things like that.
Right, okay. How about like a Christian rock?
Yeah, creed.
Yeah, Creed.
Yeah, there's a local creed for sure.
One of them creeds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll find a creed.
Fear's not dead.
Tempest isn't dead.
That's a very localized band. That's very much the Gajira of their day.
I would prefer to find a Gajira than a Creed. Just
yeah, I
to
mean,
put
yeah, just as a general point of taste, I think I'm on that as well. But God, anyway,
I'll settle for a Slayer.
yeah,
Let's go.
yeah, just some people running around in the corridor outside my flat, and I just remembered the students are back.
Oh no, fresh as week, baby.
Yeah, because someone was howling like a wolf outside my window at like 11:30, and I'm like, it's so early to be this fucked up that you're howling like a wolf outside my fucking building.
I just admire their stamina at this point, because if I try and drink 2 days in a row, I'm just dead.
It's such a long time since I even tried.
Yeah, I wonder if I could.
And by that, I mean like 3 months.
I sometimes wonder if I could still do that, but I probably could. It's probably fine.
Actually, no, less than that. I did that last month. For about a
Sometimes
week.
you roll the dice and it works out. You know?
Yeah. That's
Sometimes it doesn't.
The trick is you've got to let the enzymes in your liver recover. Then you don't get as many hangovers or as bad hangovers. That's the
There
trick.
you go.
Okay.
There you go. That's how it actually works, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other place we might find musicians? Like just a
Just
bar,
on the
I guess?
street, and the bars and the streets, you know.
Do they
Big
have
city.
street musicians?
Yeah.
Is it like against idolatry and stuff? Or do they have to be like preachers?
They have to kind of do a religious bent to it, but yeah, there's you've seen street musicians when you've walked around the city.
Okay. Who has the best music taste in the party?
Well, I would assume the bard.
I mean,
but...
you.
Yeah, like my assumption would be.
Okay. Let's go looking for that then, and try and find out about this ceremony. So I imagine there's not a public information place because it's not real life.
It's not. There's no. Yeah, there isn't a kiosk. Like,
There's a tourist information.
yeah, like tourist information, like city, like Rome style announcer.
Yeah.
I guess if we go near the palace and we find people moving around and some workmen like moving stuff around, maybe they'll be willing to talk to us about what's going on.
Yeah.
So if we head to the
That's, like,
palace,
what's happening?
yeah, and that'll be pretty central, right? So we could do a lot of things from there.
Okay. Okay, so you're gonna go out to the palace. Is everyone going to the palace? To the general area around the palace? Is that we're keeping the party together, we're keeping it simple. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
And the cat.
And the
No,
cat.
sorry, I've got a railroad I need to visit.
Elfin's shoelaces are still tied together.
Okay, so. Elfin, roll a dexterity saving throw. I would say since you're an adult, this is not going to be difficult, but
17.
yeah, you're fine. You just you feel like you as you move, you feel that the laces are tied together, and you go and you fix it, and it's fine.
Yeah, to
Oh, how did that happen?
Yeah, God,
The-
who
the
knows?
cat. bites them, so they come untied.
Yeah.
Barb is scribbling in her notebook, just as unsuccessful.
Yeah. Okay, so you will walk through the city. You approach the palace. The palace again. It's kind of this like ugly palace. They're clearly like renovating bits of it. This palace has clearly been recently kind of seized from whoever had it before, but it's kind of built to look defensible. But it's very clearly not to anyone who's been on a military campaign. It just looks. It is built in the style of a defensible palace, but it's just horrible.
Not a star fort.
No, not a star fort. Which, yeah, I found out recently that there was a bunch of social housing built inside star forts in the former Soviet Union, and it looks really fucking cool.
My
Yeah,
dad used to live in a fucking like converted pillbox in like Eastern Europe for a few years at one point. That was
Oh
a
my
fucking
God.
weird one.
Yeah, lots of ways
Wow.
you can use old fortifications. It turns out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you approach the so-called Heavenly Court, and yeah, people are milling around outside the palace. They're making preparations. You see like this particularly like bossy supervisor being like, "We got to sweep the streets so that they can march through. They're bringing a lot of people in. You got to make sure the streets are swept and that they're flat because you don't want one of them to trip because then they'll kill us all."
Swept.
Sweat. Well, did you correct him?
Yeah.
Looks at you.
Just walking past, swept.
This like rather large, like half elf. This is a surprisingly large half elf. Just sort of grabs you. He's like, "Oi, I didn't pay you to correct me," and he just kind of takes it. He just kind of looks at you. He's like, "Oh, my mistake. I usually require the people who work for me to, bathe." And he just sort of lets you go.
Can I try and pick his pocket while I was doing that?
Absolutely. You could try. You could absolutely try.
Yeah. Deck, sleight of hand.
All right.
17.
Yeah, you got it. You managed to pick. You managed to pick a ring of keys.
Mm-hmm.
So you have got a set of keys to what? You don't know, but there you have got a set of keys.
All right, walking away. Just see, that's why I don't bathe. I might have accidentally become employed by now.
Might have had a job sweeping the streets.
Yeah.
So can I just say while Art's walking away, I'm trying to I'll just step in front of him so that he's out of the line of vision. Just out of curiosity, when do we need to not be here so you don't all get killed? Because we're planning on fucking around this town and just hanging out, and we want to know when to not be here.
I'm kind of processing, like, saying this to someone, like, having the lack
We're gonna tear this mother up.
Yeah, we're gonna... He just kind of looks at you. You're disguised still as, like, a half-elf, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, I'm not taking this disguise off while we're in this town.
Yeah, just kind of looks at you. And
My conscious, not your costume.
He's just so dumbfounded by the question. And he's like, 2 days at midday, you need to not be here, or at least behind the barriers, so that you can share whoever it is who's coming. They're not even sending the prince out.
2 days, that seems excessive.
There won't even be a kiss to armor to kill.
Yeah, exactly.
What is even the point of the ceremony? The prince isn't coming. I thought he cared about you guys.
It's not my job to question that sort of thing. My job is to make sure the streets are swept.
So he's just sitting on the boat.
You'd have to ask him. I don't know what he's doing.
Okay, I don't think that's possible, but thank you. One other thing. Why do you need 2 days? Is there that much?
No,
gifts?
it means in 2 days you need to be.
Oh, in 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm just very stupid.
What happens to the dirt that accumulates in the 2 days after you've swept?
We have to keep sweeping. Look, it's how we create jobs. We keep sweeping the streets.
Do you not think it would be more efficient to just sweep like a few hours before the actual ceremony?
The truth is, we don't really do it to keep the streets clean. We do it to give these people something to do.
What?
They want to go relax at home. Why do they need to do this?
Well, mainly because they need the money. And we need to spend the money.
Have you thought about just giving them money?
I have a fixed budget, and I have to spend the budget, otherwise they cut my budget.
You can give us the money.
John's just like working out what.
Foolproof.
It's just kind of.
Ours just like.
Traveling musician, you see. We could use this. In fact, if you know any other musicians, I'd love you to hook me up. But if you need to use your budget up, I'm willing to entertain your troops, sing some dusting songs, sweeping songs, whatever you want.
I'll pay you 3 silver to leave.
I will happily take that. And she just
Free
snatches
silver
it.
to fuck off.
Yeah, like, I will pay you. You've annoyed one of the characters enough. I was just wondering about the mountains of money these places must have. That they need to spend the money.
It's just like, what does that mean? You need to spend the budget, or what?
Yeah, what kind of nonsense place would operate with that as the defining way?
Doesn't make any sense.
I know, right? It's weird.
So, do you know of any, just while I'm fucking off, and I will fuck off, do you know of anywhere else?
To be clear, he didn't say fuck off. He said leave. He was.
No, I'm being artfully because I'm a bard. And then I'll be like, so I will happily go away. But would you happen to know where there are more people like me? And I don't mean annoying people. I mean people that play instruments.
Oh, there's a really, really fun, one of them bird people. The Kenku. There's a really, really fun one of them around. I forget his name, but Yeah, it'll be somewhere in the city. You'll spot him. He wears like this sort of feathered
It's a bird
coat.
person.
Yeah, it's a bird person, but he
Yeah.
wears a sort of feathered coat that's rainbow coloured on top of his
Ooh.
feathers. It's really fun.
A gay bit.
Oh, that's like if I wore a skin cloak.
Yeah,
A leather jacket, maybe.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I guess kind of like.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you know what direction that's in?
Oh, he travels around the city all the time. You're best just kind of looking around, just keeping an eye out for him.
All right, thanks. And these gates to this place, how?
How?
Right, and then she forgets the end of a sentence, and she walks slowly backwards, still facing him.
He just looks kind of confused, and he's like, and he just like turns his attention to one of the people sweeping the streets. It's like, hey, you, get back to work.
How?
Bob turns to Art, and she goes, okay, I was just about to ask him how to trap people in, so it's probably a good thing I stopped myself there.
Right, yeah. Yep.
I got some free money.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm puzzling. So we're gonna walk. I guess just walking away from the scene,
Yeah.
and I guess I'll be like, so does he mean the prince, the guy who's getting the money, isn't coming to the ceremony?
That's what I got from that. He must still be on the ship the entire time.
That's a wrinkle.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, we should maybe do some reconnaissance, or again tomorrow, just to see if we can find his.
I
like,
I don't know if there's a space for
bedroom
another
or
penis
something?
on Elfin's forehead.
There's always the cheek. So we've got two more reconnaissance that we can do before we run out of space.
Okay. We're both. I think Art and Babbage are both just staring at Elfin as this is happening. Anger's probably just like not even just walking by.
Angrove is probably dumbfounded by the earlier interaction.
Yeah, it's pretty bewildering watching this all unfold.
I got some keys, by the way. I'm not sure what they're for.
You
Elfin,
just
do you
jingle
remember
the keys in front of everyone.
Elfin,
No, we're walking off.
Yeah.
I don't suppose you saw and what size the locks were in the ship. Do these look right?
Oh
mean,
no, I think this will be
it's
for.
quite
I think
big
this
'cause
will
I
be
was
for
a
like
cat.
the
Oh.
fort.
Yeah.
I think that's. Can I like do an investigation on the keys and see if I can figure out if they're like for the
Or
fort?
if they have like a tag on them or something.
Yeah.
Or like, okay, yeah,
Or-
roll an
yeah.
investigation. Yeah, roll an investigation. See if they have like a crest or something.
Yeah. That's not bad. That's another 17.
Yeah, like you don't. They're definitely like city related. They're definitely like something that like a city administrator would have. Like, but you don't know if they're for the gate. The gate's lock looked quite a bit more substantial than these. Maybe for like a side gate. Maybe that's kind of what you get from. If it is for a gate, it would be for like a small side gate.
I guess we could do a little scope about.
Yeah.
I mean,
we
we're not-
might find more information, and we need to find the rock anyway. Not the rock. The Kenko anyway.
Yeah,
Sound like a plan?
that sounds like a plan. So we're just taking a wander around the big complex of the fort and just taking surreptitious looks at locks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just,
very normal look around.
just like looking at locks. Like, interesting. I wonder if this is. Yes. I'm very intrigued by the concept of a lock. I just like looking at them. Don't ask questions.
I mean, they're elegant.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, junk shops often have weird keys.
That's true,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, got your excuse ready.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, as you're walking around the city, you do spot a Kenku as described, with a rainbow cloak. And he is playing the fiddle, quite literally the second fiddle, but does seem to be playing it much better than Barb usually does.
Hey.
And people are just like showering him with money And as he's playing the fiddle, he also sings. But he doesn't, obviously, because he's a Kenku who only learns his speeches imitation. So it sounds like he is imitating the sound of, like, you know, like a tavern singing along as he's singing this, like, this tune. And it kind of works. It kind of comes off better. He's just kind of,
Oh God!
He's
Kill him!
He's his own chorus. He's his own chorus because of the way Kenku learn language.
That is cool.
He's kind of harmonizing with himself. And like, yeah.
Can I throw like a coin at him? I got one of the. Actually, no, I shouldn't throw a coin. I like coins and keep them.
It's just like accidentally gets a shuriken out. And this is why we're banning ninja swords, everyone.
Can I try and harmonize with him, or would that go badly?
You can try whatever you want.
Please.
I don't have to.
That.
I can't tell you how it's gonna go.
And the cat tries to harmonize.
As someone who's been a busker,
I got an 11, so can I use my inspiration to roll again?
Yes, you can.
Maybe this is a waste of my inspiration. Alright, we'll find out later. Oh, that's not the right thing.
Rolled a 6.
Jesus, 16.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So are you just gonna try and sing along with him? Or
I guess I'm gonna try and use my robot voice to try and do like a harmonizing effect with his backing vocals.
Oh, you're doing like Daft Punk.
Yeah, I'm kind of into it, but like, okay. He's initially kind of annoyed at you for trying to do this, but then he realizes you're actually quite good. And doesn't mind, and you all and the amount of coins coming in gets a lot more substantial once you start joining in as
yes.
Well. Does he like when the cat's doing it as well?
He doesn't seem to like the cat very much for some reason. He kind of like tenses up near the cat.
I said, do cats eat Kenko? Are they too big?
I think Kenku are like human sized. I don't think cats, unless it's like a fucking huge cat, I guess. Like, unless it's a literal lion, I don't think it's going to eat him.
I can try and put Muffin up to the webcam and see if he looks bigger. Hold on. Like this.
There he is. He's very
Are
large.
we having a lesson in very close and far away again?
Yeah. This is, yeah. I feel like humans learned this trick very early on in their evolution about close and far away and size. But anyway, after a while his performance comes to an end, and he pulls out a handful of the coins. He sort of counts them out and offers you what amounts to like a gold and 6 silver worth of coin.
Oh, nice. That's more than I usually make. 6S coins from Harmony.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm not about to start noting things down.
Are you keeping track of your income for tax purposes or something?
Yeah. No. So when we can afford to stay and get our perpetual suit.
What if a tax collector comes and demands to audit your income? What
if that?
Yeah.
What if that?
Could this happen? Okay. No one knows.
I sort of I humbly try and like bow and be like, sorry, the moment just took me. I hope that wasn't rude.
His voice is kind of a mishmash of various voices because he's, again, Kenku learned by observation. He's like, it's fine. It was very charming that you tried.
Well, maybe I can learn from you in the future if you're hanging around. But we actually had a question for you. Are you performing in the ceremony that's happening in 2 days?
Oh no, God, no. I'm gonna try and avoid that as best I can. City's gonna get really busy. It's gonna be obnoxious. There's gonna be a bunch of really loud drums, and I just can't deal with it. Truth be told, I'm gonna be out of the city that day. Probably gonna go to the country, head back to the farm.
Really? I thought it'd be good for business.
Oh, it's going to be good for business to be a street musician on a day when there is going to be a literal marching band. marching
I
through
mean,
the
with,
center
with,
of the
with
town.
that skill, I reckon you could be a court musician, and I think maybe they'd appreciate it. We know a guy back there. He really seemed taken with you.
Oh no. I know who you're talking about. The guy who's in charge of the street sweeping.
Yeah,
no,
that
I'm
guy.
not. No, I don't like that guy. He's a terrible tipper. Terrible tipper.
Oh,
Likes to dance to the music, doesn't like to pay for it.
he gave me some money to leave. Maybe we should try that.
You must have really annoyed him, and I can't really see
Oh,
why.
I'm very good at that. This is my friends, Art, Elfin, Angriff.
I've got
He's
advantage.
wearing his cap with a feather, it takes it off. Like, pleased to meet you all.
You
Greetings.
make the feather stuff with your own feathers.
Oh no! These aren't Kenku feathers. No,
Right.
I get them from the shop. The color I have to get some wizard to color it all, but
Yeah, I do the same with my monkey skin hat.
he kind of doesn't get the joke. he sort of stands there and he's like, okay.
But you're not wearing a
Art
hat.
is so amazed that Angrith made a joke.
Yeah, this guy has no context for how much of a dour cunt Yangrith is.
It shows we're rubbing off on him. Finally.
It's just a fucking giant bird wearing a hat with a feather in it. It's
And
just
with
like,
a feather
how is this-
cloak. With a feather cloak as well.
Yeah.
No, it is mad. There's something perverse about it.
Do you not see yourself? Fucking. Anyway,
It's
Let's not offend our new friend. What I was gonna say, you seem more familiar with the ceremony that's happening. We unfortunately lost a little bit. How do I put this? Why is the prince not attending the ceremony? Do you know? Did you happen to hear?
no. First of all, I don't really live in the city so much as in the sort of farmland outside it. I only really come here because it's a hobby. But also, why would I know why the prince of some country that I've never been to isn't going to go meet with some priest I've never met or cared about?
Frankly, you're the most normal person we've met in this town, and I just thought maybe you'd be clued in.
just want to meet someone who knows what's going on.
My advice would be to find a court official. Maybe one in a tavern, and maybe they tell you.
Do they have to be drunk to talk to you, or can you meet them in their office?
I mean, you can meet city magistrates in their office, but I don't think that they'll just tell you things.
Are they doing like the marching band both there and back?
Yeah, that would be how they would probably do it.
So there really is no chance of setting up an alternative music arrangement to
It's
slow things down.
Have you tried a fiddle arrangement with a marching band?
No, if it doesn't, not that kind of instrument, is it?
Yeah, hey Bob, I think that'd be insane.
Yeah, it doesn't. See, it seems like the marching pace would be unsustainable.
I'm only asking, like, I've not tried it myself, and I agree, but it's just, I assume maybe it was a thing, especially with the Nihai, because I'm a fiddler, and a lot of my compatriots were in a marching band, and I never got to play with them, so I always assumed that...
Why did you not get to play with them when you were playing the fiddle?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Do you think it's
I was
one
mostly
we can-
making the dinners.
Oh, right. Okay.
There's a lot I don't understand about why I am the way I am.
So
Yeah, you and me both.
as far as this Kenku's concerned, there are two incredibly awkward half-elf women in this party, being escorted by like a brick wall person and the filthiest man alive. It doesn't look great.
There's trafficking operation happening in front of me.
Yeah, like
Oh no.
We're good.
We could go.
So, thank you. Sorry for pestering you. Do you know what tavern the magistrate will likely be in?
oh, just pick a tavern. They've got so many magistrates. So many
really?
magistrates of so many levels. Yeah, there's almost more sort of judges and council officials and so on than there are people in this place.
Why do you know?
Gotta give
This
people...
place is fucking weird.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we gathered so far.
I mean,
right?
most of them are just priests. I suppose they just don't want to send priests out into the country.
What?
I wouldn't know.
Magistrate. Well, thank you for enlightening us. I'm sorry that we are bombarded with you so many questions. If you ever just fancy, taking a bit of time off, we've got a friend down at the harbour. Maybe we could come for a drink at some point.
Could be nice. And he sort of gathers his stuff and collects his coin into his pouch and begins to make his way out of the city.
That could have gone worse.
Well, he did say that'd be nice, and then left the city. So I don't know if
He's walking towards the exit of the city. You don't know that he left the city, but yeah.
it's like, oh, we should go for a drink sometime. Oh yeah. Sure.
So I got to go.
As long as
sure
I'm
you're
in the
very
city.
busy.
Yeah.
Okay, where is there a tavern within sight?
Oh yeah, there's definitely a tavern.
One like
inside.
near the fort or something, or near where we think there's administrative centers or something.
Yeah, there's absolutely a tavern near. Just generated a tavern name and it got the Horse and Horse, which I kind of like.
Yes!
The Horse and Horse. Let's go.
Yes!
We're
Yes!
going to
Let's go to the Horse and Horse.
Yeah.
Horse and Horse.
They're like
That is a fucking
legally.
phenomenal name.
Yeah, legally we had to call it this because we'd run out of names. All the other names were taken, so we just went for the Horse and Horse.
My father and a
What's
horse and cow, his grandmother with a horse and sheep, and I
Yeah.
got stuck with a horse and
Yeah,
What's the background of this tavern? Oh, it was founded by one horse
Yeah.
and a second
A
horse.
strange horseman appeared, and
A horseman, and
Yeah.
it was a horse who rode a horse.
yeah,
and behold,
Yeah.
a pale horse,
yeah.
and another horse rode
the-
with him.
A horse riding a horse.
I think like the scene of us arriving at this pub is like four of us just standing in a line in front of it, just riffing.
Yeah. The drawing is of a smaller horse on top of a larger horse. It's
It's like you know in Warhammer how you get like small lizard men riding big lizard men.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
that,
it's
but with-
exactly that. The
horses.
smaller horse has a crop. It's like a jockey on the larger horse.
Small horse the size of a large horse.
Yeah,
Whose fetish is this?
the strangest tavern in the. No wonder all the fucking weird priest administrators go there. What do you think? Like,
Please tell me the bartender is a horse.
no, he's not. What is
Might
the
be long face.
He's a dragonborn.
Bartender's
Let's be
Bojack
real.
Horseman.
Let's be honest, yeah, he's a dragonborn. It is a
Has he got a long
dragonborn.
face?
An emerald-coloured dragonborn behind the bar, with his usual
Well-
like bartenders union regalia.
Absolutely, immediately forgetting why we're here, walking right up to him and going, "Why is this place called the Horse and Horse?"
He's just kind of like is taken aback by how direct you are. He's like, I honestly don't know. I don't really own the place. I just work here. You know.
You've never asked.
Look,
It's never come up.
I mean,
It's called the Horse and Horse.
It's come up every time, and to be honest, I don't know why we have that drawing on the board either, because that's from before I started working here. Look, it's
What you mean the horse with a riding crop riding another horse?
yes, that one. And look, that's not look. I don't know what the owner's deal is. He's barely ever in town, but he insisted we keep the sign.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you considered taking over the bar for yourself if he's never in town? You can, you can rename it something but not less weird.
It's perfect. It got us in.
Yeah, I mean, people come in mainly to ask about the sign. But can I get you a drink?
Oh yes, 100%.
All right, so
Yes.
can
Whatever the house drink is.
The horse drink.
The horse drink. There is
Horse
this.
drink.
He pours you all out this tankard of ale, but on the tankard, of course, they have custom-made tankards with the horse riding the horse on it. Of course,
Does that have a
that-
smaller tankard inside the main
Yeah,
tank?
there's
course,
like a
of
little
course, of
tankard
course.
inside. That's how they do Jaeger bombs here. It's
Yeah.
like a little tankard inside the big tankard. That's how you get a Jaeger bomb.
If this turns me into a horse, I won't even be mad.
Yeah, it'd just be. I can't believe the horse and horse is now making it into the notes. So, thank you, random tavern generator, for the best name for a tavern I've ever got from that thing. That is genuinely astonishing. There you go, the horse and horse.
The horse.
You thought our riffs on Jam were gonna?
Yeah, I thought that was it. I thought that was it.
I guess we're just like just while we drink, just loudly chatting about like
The horse and horse.
the horse and horse. Like God, we came here because we heard there was like some parade going on and some prince is coming out. But like,
So
the horse and horse has brought us in.
You do. It does get into evening while you're
Yeah.
drinking at this point. I assume you just spend as much time as possible at the horse and horse at this point.
I heard the prince isn't even coming.
Yeah, that's. I think.
Yeah, you just. All right,
that's
have,
the-
have,
that's
a,
the
have, a,
tactic.
have a drunken conversation. Do your drunken conversation then.
Are we loudly trying to get someone over? Do we say
Yeah,
we're
just
the
to be
next
like-
straight over?
Just like sit near some people who we think look official.
Yeah.
To be like.
There are a bunch of like rather well dressed men. They've got like scrolls under their arms. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just trying to pass the time.
Like we came to see, like seeming slightly drunk. "Oh, we came to see this fucking prince, and apparently he's not even turning up. What's that about?"
You travel all the way to find a prince and no prince.
You find two horses when all you want is a prince, and isn't that ironic?
Is that ironic? One of them literally has like, is that ironic? Is that what that word means?
It's like
Alanis
rain.
Morissette would say so.
I'm enjoying I'm enjoying Its impression of how drunk people behave.
Yeah.
I'm assuming learned from years of observation at this point.
Oh, it's all impressions of art. Yeah.
Art's just like
Like-
that slow blinking and slight smiling.
Yeah. God damn it.
Like, no smoking sight, but you're on your cigarette break. What's that
That's
about?
right. That's Alanis Morissette.
I feel like this has gone.
He's a
This
famous
is.
singer in this world.
This
I've just been bewildered this whole time. Like,
is the most bizarre session of D&D we've had, and that's saying something.
it really is.
The horse
What's
and
the
horse.
deal with the food they have on ships?
What?
It turns to our turn to the group of men and be like, "Do you know why our prince isn't here? Why he's not doing the shit? Why wouldn't he do it?"
One of them is slightly. What a younger looking one is slightly more drunk. It's like, oh, just. It's the way these people are. They don't respect, locals and customs, and they don't respect the prelate, and they send some low-ranking religious official to meet with him instead. This prince is too important. It would demean the honor of his office or something.
What the fuck do you do if you've like boated all over a place, and then you stop at a harbor? Just stay on your boat?
What I heard is that they're trying to keep this prince out of their land because he's gonna probably take over from his dad, but he's a bastard or something. They don't want it.
Yeah, but if I was boating about a place, I'd be like, give me some. Let me wander around for a little while.
How
is he not allowed off?
How do you know he's not in the city already? He could have snuck off.
Oh,
Are you a prince? You're the prince.
Just immediate. No, he's a half. First of all, he's a half elf. You know this guy's a human. You, Barb, specifically know this guy's a human. I'm just reminded of the Turkish TV show where this does happen, but the emperor of the Ottoman Empire goes around slapping people for committing crimes.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
A great TV show. He just sneaks into taverns to hear people slagging him off and then starts beating the shit out of them.
Should we try? Does anyone to loudly say something bad about the prince and see if anyone slaps them?
This large Turkish man comes and slaps you.
I came all this way to see the prince, and now he's not here. The prelate said, but he said he's not going to be there either.
No,
what's-
Prelate's going to be there. He's going to eat. He's going to eat the embarrassment because it's important to look like you.
You
have-
almost said shit.
Yes, I did. You do notice the two who are not extremely drunk or pretending to be extremely drunk. You notice there is this quiet group that are dressed like foreigners.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like, so they got the turbans, they've got the sort of long sort of cloaks on. They're sort of
And
sitting
deep
very quietly.
disguise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think those are the princes?
Can we do an insight check on them?
Yeah, sure. But you're gonna have a disadvantage because you're drunk.
I am pretending to be drunk. I
Okay,
established
alright,
that.
okay, alright.
I can't find where insight is. Oh, there it is. Oh, great! I get a -1 to this.
Mm.
Can I help?
So
Can I
that-
help Art out? I'm just gonna squint along with him because we're
Yeah,
not that
okay, okay. Give it a go.
Sure.
So is this
So, do you want to roll or will I roll with advantage?
You roll with advantage, I think.
Oh, great. Because that first one was 3. Oh, great! And that second one, a big old 5.
they just look like merchants, you know, they look like they'll be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're just merchants.
Can we go up to them?
Of course you can.
Let's go to them.
Yeah.
Hello, merchants. We've come here to buy potions.
No. I want. We're talking about.
Potion seller?
Oh
What?
shit, you can't handle my
Yeah.
potions.
I wanted to ask about the prince and that, and like who's turning up to shit.
Oh, do you guys heard? The prince isn't even coming.
They look awkward at this like sudden intrusion, and it's like we've heard things like that, but we wouldn't know anything about it. We're just passing through. Really, we're going to be heading into the island probably tomorrow or the day after, depending on when it's most convenient and when we conclude our business here.
Yeah.
Would Bob
just
recognize
had
their
to come
accent?
by.
Are they
Oh
from
yeah, they're
Nihai?
from Nihai. Yeah, they're.
Okay.
You just had to come by the horse and horse first.
It was the most conveniently located and hilariously named establishment in the city.
Pretty good, isn't it?
It's not bad, although you do wonder why they would name it that.
I know.
Yeah, that question has come up.
Yeah. And the sign? What's going on in that owner's head?
Honestly, we don't really have signs like this where we're from. They're just like
I don't
have,
think.
you know.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Do you mean like signs of like horses riding horses, or just drawings?
just like drawings. You know, it's symbols. We're not big on the sort of like iconography like that. And also, to be honest, I don't think you would draw something that's so obviously a sex thing on a public board.
Yeah.
If you've been around this island long enough, you'll realize everything's a sex.
It's just like nothing to fucking add to that. What do you do with that? Well,
What's
welcome to our lovely home. You're from the boat, right?
oh, not the. Oh, you mean the boat, the big boat?
The big one.
Oh no,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
not from the big boat. We're just merchants. We came
small
separately.
boat.
Well, we got dropped off, really, but yeah.
So this might sound weird because this sounds like I just assume everyone in Nihai knows each other. But you heard the prince.
Well, like
What?
heard of the prince.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people have heard of him.
Why isn't he coming outside? Is he shy?
I don't think shyness is the problem. I think he doesn't want to diminish his prestige by meeting with what is essentially a foreign religious official.
I don't like diminishing my prestige either. That's there.
The art's very prestigious. So you've seen him around. Look.
Yeah, we can
Wow,
tell.
look at the prestige.
We can smell how prestigious he is.
Yeah,
I can smell the prestige on him.
yeah, and
I've got like 6 perfumes.
that
I've never used them, but I've got them.
that's especially bad for the little kitten who's got advantage for smell.
Yeah, the kitten you can tell.
6 perfumes is such a great one.
I've got 6 perfumes. Excellent. I'm pleased to hear
Can you
this.
cancel?
Do you guys want a drink?
Oh, we're fine for drinks.
What are you selling? Because there's a significant chance I'll be hungover tomorrow, and could do with something.
Mostly
Perfume?
olives, olive oil, tobacco, some cotton as well, and some clothes, textiles, that sort of thing. And
I'm also a trader.
Oh, what do you trade in?
Aspiring.
What do you
Wait.
What do you aspire to trade in?
Junk and stuff.
Well, that's good to have. I gotta drop my pen there.
If we trade with you for some silks and clothes, can we look like you? Because you guys look super cool.
I mean, you'd have to get someone to tailor the material, but yeah, you can buy silks and things like that from us.
For free?
No, because you said the word buy. So
In my language, that means get for free.
And
no, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that in any language. It doesn't.
for a point of just remembering, we did already get the guards.
You already have the clothes.
We already do have the guard costumes and that, so we don't need to do
never mind. I don't want your clothes anymore.
Oh, that's fine. We didn't. Well, we weren't going to give it for free anyway.
Out of 10, is this the weirdest conversation you've had?
Strangely, no. But
What? What's weirder? That hurts my pride.
My prestige.
My prestige. I have suffered the prestige. I've lost a level of prestige. Now I can't declare wars and Crusader Kings. I hate when this
morale dangerously low.
Yeah. Quickly, magnesium. I need magnesium. Where's my magnesium? I actually do have a Brendan-ified bottle of magnesium.
Incredible.
Yeah, this is like the normal size, and this is the one that I got. So just anyway, yes. So what was weird?
I guess we could get some oil.
Nihai is a big place. There are a lot of strange people.
Who's the strangest person?
Our friend Angus knows some jokes. And I gesture over.
He doesn't look like the joking type.
That's what makes him so funny. It's like that. It's that. What's the word? It's that straight sort of deadpan humor.
We don't really have.
We
don't have such in Nihai, but not really the style of comedy done. But maybe it could be good. Tell us a joke, armored man.
I won't be doing that.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Classic.
They're a double act. The dick-faced elf and Angwith.
I was gonna ask why she had the phallus drawn on her.
It's a double act thing.
Double act.
Yeah.
We don't
usually draw phalluses on young women. We don't have such in Nihai. But this is a strange
sign.
You don't have young women?
No, we don't draw phalluses on them.
Oh.
What did he draw on them?
Usually the Shahada. No, such is the strong opposition to idolatry of any kind.
So, this might sound like a weird question. How do you guys? Because right, if I wanted to lock a door and I was from Nihai, right, what kind of locks do you like?
With the kinds with keys, like everywhere else in the world, because that's the presumed technology. This technology that's spread between different cultures, and it works the best, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't understand what that question was.
Never mind. It is fine.
Are you trying to stop me from getting into your shit again?
The men at this point decide to take their leave, and they tip the bartender.
That's while we're talking to them.
Yeah, like have a good evening, and they sort of compliment the bartender on the name of the place and get on their way out. So you should keep the name. It's very good. It's the only reason we really stopped by here.
I mean, I guess we did become the most weird conversation by the end, if they left.
We could follow them.
You see what you've done? You've encouraged them.
Are you gonna follow the merchants?
I mean,
I
I
don't
could
think that's
follow
a
them
bad
on.
idea. Even if
Think
it's
that's
just not doing it.
Bad idea?
I think it's a good idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can go out and follow.
What could go wrong?
I
Maybe
can
we
like.
shouldn't all go though.
Everyone go follow these people. in
No,
the
I
street.
I think I will go on my own.
Probably best to send the person who probably won't be seen, rather than the big heavy paladin wearing the I think it's
Yeah.
chain mail
Yeah,
or whatever
with the
it's called.
disadvantage against stealth checks. why
Yeah.
not?
Okay,
Yeah.
roll a stealth check.
Okay, that's not bad. That's 22.
Okay, they do not seem to notice you as they're making their way back to the docks. And they are stopped on the way by two of these sort of guards you recognize from the ships. You would recognize them as Janissaries. And they're just having a quiet word amongst themselves. Presumably,
Can I hear what they're saying?
Yes, but you can't understand it because you don't speak the language.
Ah.
Yeah. So you can hear, it sounds like a friendly enough, it just sounds like people who recognize that they're from the same place, just having a conversation. And then, and because like some of them are slightly drunk, you hear them like sort of tell jokes amongst themselves and sort of talk about like, man, it's been a long journey.
Yeah.
And you know, like,
You just hear like, I hear gibberish and then horse and horse.
yeah,
And then...
like, you say, ut ve ut. Like, and then it's, no, not ikiat, not two horses, horse and horse. Like,
Common mistake.
yeah, just like explaining painfully in like Turkish, like the name of this pub, which I wish I say is not something I've had to do before, but yeah, I've had to explain the name of an incredibly awfully named pub before in Turkish to someone, and I'm like, look, it's a racist country in this particular way, so let's not just get into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just having a good laugh about the horse and the guards walk with these men back to the docks, and they're just having a conversation. And they appear to have invited them back onto the ship, as far as you can tell. They let them onto the ship.
On the big ship.
On the big boy ship, yeah. They have invited them back onto the ship. As far as you can tell, just like, because they're just having a good night.
Mm-hmm.
But they did go back to the big ship.
So they did say they were from the small. They weren't from the big ship.
Can I rush back to the horse and horse?
Yeah. Where?
And I'll be like, go to Elfin. Can you? They went back to the big boat. Can you get back into your cat and try and find them?
I'm not doing that again.
Oh, okay.
What? Why?
You draw a dick on me.
We've got no paints. The paints are back at Mug's stationery drawer.
Negotiator. We will not. We'll clean it off. We'll clean it off.
This might be important.
Angriff just says, I wasn't involved.
No, I knew that.
He looks like he knew that you knew that, but he just make it clear.
Okay, Angrith. If Angrith promises to punch us both in the back of the head if we try anything, will you do that?
No, I only are.
Only are. Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you drew a dick.
I like how Muggs got completely scot-free for the soul patch, though. Like, I'm glad that's happened. Okay, are you re-entering the cat? That sounds awful. Are you becoming the cat again?
The elfin cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the cat, I won't bore you all, but the cat just does manage to get back on the ship. Some of the guards seem to recognize the cat from earlier. Like, one of them speaks in a language you don't understand, but it does seem like, are you coming to live here now? Like, because they've seen the cat more than once, so they assume the cat lives there now. But you wander around and you do spot the merchants from the ship, and you notice them talking to this extremely large, well-dressed man sat at their table, and they're just talking in a language you don't understand. And the large, well-dressed man hands them a small amount of what looks like he treats it like a small amount of coin, but it's just like this fat stack of like platinum coins.
Can Barb with is it telepathy? Can Barb like connect and hear what Elfin
I'm
is
just
hearing?
looking at how telepathy works in that respect.
I think you have to like connect to the cat, surely, at that point, because the brain bit is in the cat.
Connect to the cat. Yeah, you need to plug the cable into the cat, but make sure you get it the right way around, and don't do that thing where you put it in, then take it out, twist it around, put it in. That's also wrong, and then put it back the first way again.
Yeah,
So you can speak telepathically to any creature you can see within 60 feet of you.
yeah, you can't see the cat. It's on
You're
the it's on the ship. Like,
So they can't respond to me telepathically. So I could tell Elfin something, but she wouldn't be able to tell me anything.
yeah, that's probably how that's gonna work.
So
yeah.
I could tell her, say, like, if we were being like, if we were getting like ambushed, I could say to her now, even in a cat form, I could be like, get out, and she'd hear me.
Yeah, I think
she'll
you
be
could, I
able to
think
tell
you
me
could just say that to her body, and she would understand it, right?
Yeah.
But you spot him handing the platinum over, and you see them hand a piece of paper with a seal on it to him. Several pieces of paper with seals on it to him, and he takes them, and he seems to bid them goodbye, and they leave the ship. This large, well-dressed man, you know, he has like a big sort of silken turban, so stands up and returns to a room on the ship.
So I'll probably go back to myself.
Yeah.
I mean, you could follow him and become his cat, which would be like quite a gamble. But
Yeah.
So we can assume that was the prince.
It sounds like the prince to me.
Large, mustachioed man with a big turban. Yeah, probably a prince.
And those
He was
merchants
alone,
were...
right?
Hmm?
He was alone.
Oh, he was in the sort of communal area conducting business. He's not a shady person. He conducts his business
At the
in public.
buffet.
Yeah, at the buffet. That's where you do business.
I think that's my favourite Jimmy Buffett song.
Yeah, like how you gonna do business if you're not eating?
Yeah.
Like, we are
At the business buffet.
This is the best kind of buffet. I don't know what's going on. Anyway,
You gotta know when a buffet.
And so we figured these merchants were conducting some sort of business on his behalf in the town.
That would probably be a reasonable thing to assume.
Yeah.
So, is it safe to assume that we would be noticed now in our current guises?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I don't see
I guess
why. I don't see
depends
why
if
you would
you're-
assume that. Like,
Yep, they're only interested in the cat.
yeah, everyone really likes the cat on the ship. They're
Yeah.
big fans of the cat because people talk about like, oh, did you see the white cat that's hanging out here now? That's nice.
Bob will know how much money that was as well, right? Can we?
Oh yeah, it's like at the risk of giving like a heart attack. It was the sum of 60 gold each, just casually given.
Mm.
Okay, I'm gonna relay that to Art. I'm gonna like make sure that he's sitting down,
Like,
and then just tell him in very steady tone.
given like it was walking around money, like nothing.
Yeah. Woof. So, but why? What I don't get is, sure, he doesn't want to meet with. He doesn't respect the local religion, right? So he doesn't want to meet with the praetor. But
Praetor.
I don't know why I said praetor there.
Praetor
It
is
came-
a
just came
Roman
out.
thing. I was like,
I was
where are we?
It came out, and I was like, "That's from the wrong region."
That's
The-
from a whole other place. But
the prelate.
But yeah, the words
But-
may be related. I'm now going to look that up while you carry on.
But then why would he sail all the way here Surely it would have been easier for him just to stay in Nihai.
Well, the thing was it that he's been sent here because he's a threat to the crown. So he's on this trip not of his own choice. He's being sort of kicked about the place.
So he's sort of exiled. Ish.
Yeah.
Soft exiled.
Yeah, he's got like a half chubby of exile.
But I hate how long because I've known you for too long now, and now I understand what that means, and I hate you for that.
All right, carry on. Sorry, just had to come out of a fugue state there. Apparently, okay.
I
Please.
think there's no potion shops open.
There's a late night 24-hour potion shop.
With the skeeviest fucking guy running it.
Yeah.
Fucking big potion Tesco.
Yeah, exactly. What was it? You came up with Barry's before, so it's the Barry's Express.
24-hour Barry Express.
Yeah. The Barry Express is open, and every
What
Barry.
did Barry sell? I can't even remember what.
I think it was just like a national chain, but like every single like person who staffs it is Barry. It's just Barry making clones of himself who run the shop. So
Some horrifying backstory to Barry.
yeah, it's just like Barry.
You don't
60,
want to know when one of them gets fired.
Yeah, Barry 63 from Essex, just like running potion shops across the land.
Essex confirmed.
Yeah,
God.
it exists in
I am
every
interested.
reality.
So it does sound like
Oh, sorry.
it does sound like we're gonna have to watch out for this prince while we are doing our things.
Yeah, he seems unavoidable.
Unless there's a way to like create some sort of diversion outside of the boat that gets his attention. Maybe
There are
that
cannons on board.
there are. I mean, we could try to blow up the boat. That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Are you saying this out loud in the Horse and Horse?
What happens in the Horse and Horse?
Straight from the horse and horse's mouth.
I'm regretting
What
this. Regretting the
Right,
Horse and Horse.
The problem with distracting this guy is that he clearly doesn't want to leave the ship, and we need him to leave the ship.
We don't really. We just need to. We can be quiet and try to get in without being noticed and do our shit without being noticed. In and out, quiet as a mouse. We don't even need to go by the buffet. We
Yeah,
could.
technically that is true. Yeah, you could just avoid the buffet. That is a viable path that exists.
understanding.
But okay, even if by some magical scenario, right, we get
Some
four
magical
potions
scenario.
of four
No chance
potions
of run into that.
of D&D never.
Yeah. Yeah.
Four potions of invisibility,
5, you're taking an extra person.
5 potions of invisibility, and we do perfectly sneak all the way through here. I mean, that sounds good. Then we'll win.
Yeah.
I don't know where that was going. I feel like there was some sense of doom, but halfway through, I convinced myself it was a good plan.
Yeah, no. If we do it right, it's good. If we do the things good, it works.
Yeah. Bob looks at Angriff because she realised that this happens quite a lot between her and Art. Is that when they're conversing, she'll be convinced of his plan. So she's looking to Angriff for confirmation this is a good idea.
At this point, Agriff feels like he's sort of been being swept along with things because this feels like a bit of an interminable detour to the main thing that he feels needs to be done.
He's just tapping his fingers on the.
Yeah, just white knuckling this shit.
Angriff really needs to change the things that needs changing, and that needs to be the change he brings about. But he just can't do it.
Yeah,
How
not,
did this happen?
not
Why are we
political
here?
How did it come to this?
I mean, technically, it'll get you there faster by like a few hours. Running the blockade will get you out a bit quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's the best response we've ever had. So
Elfin has passed without a trace as well. Just throwing that out there.
can we please say just in kind of while Elfin was gone, I did take the wipes from the bar and I did wipe off the most of the dick.
Yeah.
It's still like
The balls
the balls are still
yeah.
there.
There's still some balls. A sweet set of balls. But
You really want to see his balls?
God damn it. Alright, okay. So are you calling it for the night, or are you stopping by the Barry's Express to see if they have invisibility potions?
I think Barry's Express is a good shout.
Yeah.
So you
If anything, we can get a meal deal to cap off the night.
yeah.
The big berries won't be open at this time.
Yeah. It's just kind of how it plays out. The little Barry's is sort of open a bit later. So you arrive at the Barry's Express. It is arranged exactly like the little Tesco. It is the little Tesco. You got aisles of, but the potions are kept behind the counter, like where you keep cigarettes and shit. Like it's where the potions are kept, and there is just this large, bald, pink man standing behind the bar, well, behind the counter, being like, "Oh, man, I can't wait till the third Barry gets on shift, and then I can go to bed."
Hiya, Barry.
Right?
Yeah.
Everyone knows Barry. Everyone knows Barry by name. Just to be clear, you are all friends of Barry.
How you going? How you doing, Barry?
You know, it's the usual. Run the shop, see out my shift, go to sleep. Other Barry comes on. Then I get like a little bit of time to go to the park, feed the ducks, and then I come back. I'm back.
You do like the ducks.
I do.
You got any potions of like invisibility?
Invisibility. He sort of pulls back the cabinet. It's like, well, you see, the sort of baseline invisibility, they haven't really been resupplying that lately, but we do have like our own brand of the potion. Thing is, the normal one, the sort of like actual potion that's not as well, basically, look, between you and me, the home brand is a diluted version of the potion, so it works for less time. So, you know, the normal one works for like an hour. This one's like 15 minutes of invisibility. So if you're gonna run like a little prank on a friend or whatever, hey, you know, invisibility potion, that'll do it.
Mm-hmm. How much cheaper are the? And I've got my Barry card as well.
Yeah.
How much cheaper?
Oh, with the club
is
card.
The
it's well, because we don't even have the other one. So like, you know, it's a good like, it's a good third. It's a third of the price of the sort of like full one.
And how much is your cheap?
Oh, cheap one is he sort of goes to look at. He's like, it's 2 gold and 5 silver for the cheap one.
Okay.
It's
3
7
gold if you don't have the card.
Yeah,
3
3 gold if you don't have the card, but you have the card. So the full one is much more expensive. It's like 12 gold.
Yeah. I mean, we could get 2 each, and that would carry us on for half an hour.
Yeah, so my share of the gold from killing the rock was 4 gold. So with that, we can get how much was it again?
It's basically 250. 2 gold and 5 silver.
Okay, and I got 1 gold from singing, so I could personally just buy 2.
I can buy 2 as well.
Yeah, I'll buy 2. I'll shell out for 2 for Barry.
I'll buy 2. Oh, we need to get an extra one for the so I'll buy 3 then.
Yeah. I mean, like worst case scenario, like you know, you'll just have extra potions.
Yeah.
Hey.
Diluted invisibility, right? 15 minutes.
What's the expiry date?
Yeah, 15 minutes. And the expiry date is well in the future because magical items do not expire in that way. So you got your potions from Barry's. You've done your cat recon. You figured out the times.
Cat recon.
Angrith and Elfin, are you getting some as well?
I mean, sort of out of character. Don't invisibility potions work by basically massively increasing your stealth ability?
Yeah, but
In
like,
a roundabout sort of way.
You are supposed to be invisible, though.
Yeah, but you are invisible, but like the functional mechanical way it works is you're basically every stealth actions DC is 2. is the sort of mechanical way that they.
Oh right. Okay.
So like basically, you can't fail unless you like deliberately like hit someone over the head with a bottle or something ridiculous. You know, like
Knock over a lamp, yeah.
yeah,
So,
like
I mean-
yeah. If you still physically exist. You can't. You know.
Yeah. What I was more meaning was the fact that obviously big heavy armor, very loud.
Oh no. That's yeah. Like the noise will still be a factor, but like the DC will be 2.
Okay.
So like you will have disadvantage, but also like it's actually you won't have disadvantage because I think
it'll be neutral, won't it?
yeah, it'll be neutral. Yeah, you'll just have straight stealth rolls.
And we can as well also put
Pass without a trace.
Pass
on,
without
'cause
a
then that's
trace
plus
on
10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and there's literally no way to fail.
Yeah.
My other question would be, because obviously this is a world where the invisibility potions are a thing. Do they have mechanisms on board these types of ships? Would we know of any that would detect invisibility?
They might just have potions of sea invisibility and drink them every day. For
That's the
guys,
risk.
that would be the sensible thing to do. I mean, given the way the guy's tossing around money, you'd think he could afford potions of sea invisibility, right?
I was thinking, since we've got the costumes already, we just walk on to the ship normal. We don't need to be invisible at that point. The times where we might need to be invisible are things like if we're getting off and things have been triggered or anything,
Yeah.
at which point being invisible might be a better, even if they might have sea invisibility, they might not, and that's that kind of gamble.
Or
It's
like
worth having.
lifting the stolen goods maybe while
Yeah.
we're doing that. I agree. Yeah, we should try to avoid using them until we
I
need
feel
them.
like I think I'll get one then,
Yeah, I'll go.
because basically if I need to take it sounds like if I need to take it, we're booking it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much was that again? Sorry.
2 gold and 5 silver for a sort of lesser
2
potion.
gold. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
5 silver.
Like, well, ever since this prelate came in and he did a budget, I mean, it's just been a nightmare for inflation.
Can't hold that out for a moment.
Yeah. The prelate said it was going to get worse before it got better, and well, you know.
Fucking
He said he was going to
nightmare.
bring change, and now all the
Yeah.
old people are,
I heard earlier they said some places have budgets that they have to use.
Yeah.
What's that?
Listen, as if I'd know. You know, I just run every corner shop in the country. You know? It's technically a co-op. Every Barry owns an equal share in the Barrys, you see.
Do they all upload their minds like a hive mind, or are they all?
Oh
like
no, there's just
individual?
like an original Barry Prime, we call him.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Barry
wish
Prime.
I was that Barry. That Barry's rich. Whoa.
So it's a co-op except for Barry.
Barry Prime, you know, because he had the original shop, he made all the original money. So
Yeah.
before we cooperatized it.
Oh, you revolted against Barry Prime.
Yeah, So
Nice.
now he's kind of in enforced retirement, but we let him keep the money because you know
Yeah.
he's a familiar face. You know.
Yeah. You don't need that kind of therapy.
Yeah, right. And you see
They don't
his
teach us that at school.
his name tag where it's like Barry number 317.
Yeah.
So you'd think we'd have come up with a better system like having different names, but the brand is very strong, so
Yeah. Just spelling it differently, just one R for each.
I think I'm gonna miss you when we go overseas, Barry.
Well, you know, we were thinking of expanding to the other islands and the continent, but it's just a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Just, you know, trying to keep our, you know, it's just all sorts of bureaucracy and governments we don't really like dealing with, so we thought we'll just keep it to the island.
Do you have a sister store in the other places?
Sally's.
Well, in the Nihai, Mehmet's. Mehmet's. Obviously, we've got Crassus over in the sovereignty as well. Now that guy is rich.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, good
Anyway.
talk. Good talk, Barry.
yeah. Anyway, you all have fun with the invisibility potions.
Have a good night, Barry.
You too. I'm almost off shift. I've got another 15 minutes, and then the other Barry's in,
Yeah.
and it's his problem.
Say hi to Barry for me.
I will do. Don't worry about it.
Back to the boat.
Yeah. enjoyed meeting Barry for the first time in campaign.
I like
It's
that.
weirdly like if you've ever seen Dimension 20, there is a series of Dimension 20 where there is a bunch of clones called Barry.
I have seen that one. Yeah, I didn't even clock that when I was doing it. Except these guys have a very different attitude to those Barrys. I think.
Yeah, those Barrys. Yeah.
Were they like
How
frat boyish?
how litigious is
kind of-
Brendan Lee Mulligan?
I don't think Barry 63 from Essex is like a protected meme, you know.
I'm gonna grab a drink. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, no worries.
Cool.
You're all going back to the ship and resting up, I assume. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll streamline the second day because you've basically done everything that you want to do. So, well, unless you've come up
Yeah,
with
a chill
something-
day.
Yeah, you can have a chill day. You can, but I
I
kind
mean,
of
I
want to.
think
I want to get to the
can-
heist.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think again would just be like just sticking out again with the cat
yeah,
and Angrith waiting to punch me in the back of the head.
yeah,
But aside from that, nothing else.
yeah. Just
Yeah, I
another-
do think we would be insisting this happens a lot. Elfin's probably going to be sick of it by the end.
Yeah. But yeah, you can take another trip to Barry's, get a meal deal again. You know, all good
Yeah.
things. I do I do kind of want to eat because I just had noodles, and that's pretty much the one thing I've eaten today. So
I had a massive frittata Spanish omelette.
oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
it was good. Lots of goat's cheese and it was nice.
That does sound really nice. I don't know what I'll do. Maybe.
might be on mic. You might be on mic.
Oh, I could. Well, someone is on mic.
Hello.
All right.
My partner just asked for a drink, and I'm just realised I forgot to mute the mic. So.
Yeah, we couldn't hear the other one. We could hear you telling them they might be on mic, which is always a good sign. But yeah, Angrith, I was just saying we're probably gonna streamline the second day because you've pretty much done everything you set out to do. So
Okay.
we could just get to the heist and just get to the part where you all get immediately caught.
What?
No,
Caught?
I'm just imagining like so there was this online series called Sonic for Hire, which is ridiculous. But they had this bit where they did a heist of the casino zone from Sonic the Hedgehog, and they were like, "Okay, Sonic, don't go in there." He's like, "I wouldn't worry about going in there because I got caught like 20 minutes ago." So I'm half expecting this to go that way.
Possible. Do we have an Angrith you're away? Do you want to do anything on the second day?
Yeah, does anyone want to do anything in particular on the second day other than pray to their god and hope that it all goes well?
I mean, that was pretty much all I was gonna say, really.
Yeah. Okay, so we're happy to sort of streamline the second day and just be like, you spend the day on the boat, you do your usual shenanigans. I don't think, unless anyone has anything they specifically want to do, we can go to heist
And we'll
day.
just play like poker with Mug.
Yeah.
And
I want to make sure there isn't any dick or anything on my face.
Yeah, and Mug is actually away from the ship because he is engaging in conversations with perhaps some of the crews of the ships that are doing the blockade that have come on shore for a bit. So I'm just going to write down the result of that. It's going to be 3 words for the results of what he did. One of them is not a good word. So anyway, we're running the blockade is for when you run the blockade. Don't worry about that.
do we
probably
want to? My last question: do we want to try and find those guys from the boat yesterday?
The merchants.
The merchants that got paid off by the prince.
I guess. I mean, we lost them, so it'd be difficult to try and find them again.
There's always the horse and horse.
We could go by the horse and see.
Yeah, we don't need to hang out there all night. I just want to see if they're there.
Okay.
Yeah,
You,
and like listen in surreptitiously or something.
yeah, you take
exactly.
you take a group trip to the horse and horse. You get the dinner there. They have a really, really nice selection of food at the horse and horse, and surprisingly, no horse. But there is an awful lot of venison and a venison stew available as well. You can
You have to go to the to the Barry's to get horse.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. God, remember that fucking scam? Wow, that was a throwback. That was like my first year of
Back
uni.
in 2012.
Yeah, that was my first year of uni when that kicked off. Wow, fuck. Whoa, God, I did not enjoy that.
Everyone just assumes it's horse because of the scandal.
But you got venison stew. You got sort of venison served with rice. It seems to be a venison day at the Horse and Horse. Strange to say out loud, and I'm so glad the generator blessed us with the Horse and Horse. So yeah, you go there. There isn't really anything other than like some officials who seem extremely anxious that the next day go well and go off without a hitch. But other than that, there's no one really offering any particular intel. You're just having a couple of drinks. And you have a pretty decent evening in the sun, really. It's a very, very sort of dry, sunny day. You have a pretty nice time with it. And no one got drunk, I assume, the night before the big heist.
No.
Okay, so, the day of the heist has come. Having rested up in the ship. And what time does everyone wake up on the day?
7:30, I think.
Okay. So you have a bit of time, you eat, you're talking the plan through. So what is the final version of the plan, everyone? You're at the breakfast table, you're eating the fish and bread again that Mug seems to have as the standard provision.
So I guess we wait until the parade, everyone's going off. And then we... Do we want to wait like 20 minutes for everyone to leave and then go back in as guards ourselves, as if we've come back from like some sort of patrol?
Well,
and then just
parade's at midday, right?
Yeah. You also don't have like guard clothing. You have like general ship crew clothing. So you would.
Oh, okay.
You would.
So we could slip on basically at any time.
Yeah, as long as you're not like in the way of the parade.
Okay, so just
Although
wait
it
until
might
the
be
parade.
useful to go on just before the parade goes off, because that's when people will be moving around.
It might be more
Maximum.
likely we're noticed, though. Oh, maybe less likely we're
Mug is,
noticed.
I
if
assume
there's-
you're sitting at the captain's table, I assume, as per.
Yeah, but we've
I-
adopted the captain's table, yeah.
Yeah, I value Mug's opinion.
And Mug's
on this.
now like, okay, but I do have a question. So do you want the situation to be, we're ready to go. We're ready to set sail by the time you're stepping onto the ship and we're just going.
Probably a good idea.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
100.
Because I'm gonna have to give out some orders today just to make sure we're ready to go. I'm gonna do one last sweep of the taverns by the docks to see what extra crew we can drum up, and then we're going. as soon as you're on, we're going.
Yep.
And
We're gunning it.
Yeah, and we're gonna see what happens because there are some people in the blockade who do not like me. Specifically,
There is a chance that we blow up
What do you mean?
and set
What do you mean a chance?
like. Well, there's a chance, if things happen.
You do understand
And
that if flaming chunks of wood land on this ship, it's going to catch fire, right?
What if we
no,
blow up the
that's
other
why I
side?
said there was a chance.
The side that's not facing the negotiator.
How are you gonna look out the
They have
window
a-
before you blow up the ship?
Hmm?
Are you gonna look out the window before you blow up the ship?
Yeah. Why is that a
Sure.
silly idea? There's windows.
Okay, fine. Look, I feel like we're just gonna have to move past this.
Just to
You're
let you
gonna
know
have to
to
be
be
fast.
prepared.
I would say the best bet would be to go just before the parade starts, because there'll be the maximum amount of movement, and people will not be looking at you. They'll be looking at, making sure that all their soldiers or whatever's gonna be coming out will be ready to go. They're not.
Good.
Not gonna
Yeah.
be looking at you.
So we go in just before the parade, find ourselves a sort of shady place below decks where crew might hang out, and then once the parade sets off, make our way through the decks to the locked rooms that we scouted out. I do my fucking magic with my lock picking and get in and out, no problems, and maybe blow up a ship. Who knows?
Don't blow up the ship. Like, Mug is like, really, this is the clearest he's ever sounded talking to you. Do not blow up the ship, because then
Yeah.
we're fucked.
I mean, I hear you.
Yeah, I know you hear me. Like, like, are you listening?
Yeah, he doesn't even listen to us.
Okay, I feel like you know what? I just,
He is just like this.
yeah, okay. Okay, so we'll be ready to go. We're gonna do one last sweep of the particular people in the taverns, collect a few extra crew, and then we're going. But we're good. Well, we're going.
Hands in.
We're going to
Hands
run into
in.
a problem, but sure. Mug Kahana also there. Oh dear. Oh no! Now Barb is in charge of the stream.
Oh God, Barb, tell us that we just did it.
No, too late.
Who gave
Too
it its
late.
authority?
Too
We're
late.
back.
Was it just me that left, or was it everyone?
It was just you.
Just you.
Just you.
Okay,
I
everyone's
see.
putting their hands in. Kahana's
Hands in.
there. And is wondering if she gets an invisibility potion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got one
okay.
for her.
Okay, and so what are we breaking to? Like
Art.
And good.
everyone is looking at art like
All right, fine. Team normal.
okay, it's doing the NFL team normal. Let's go.
Team normal.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
team normal on 3. Like-
When I say nor, you say Mal. No.
10 minutes.
Angriff's just silent. No,
we're gonna
no.
we're gonna cut to 10 minutes later and the ship's exploded, aren't we? Like, it's absolutely gonna go fucking tits up
That went
immediately.
Perfectly.
In us imagining, everyone joined in the chant and were delighted. Right. So,
Oh man.
are you-
10 minutes before we go, I cast Compliment Languages.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's going to be helpful.
Yeah.
So, okay, so what is the order that you're going to sneak onto the ship in? Are you letting the two people who speak the language lead the way?
Maybe one at the front and one at the back.
Okay, who's
Okay.
at the front of the group?
Well, we have
I would-
three people who speak the language now.
Well,
with comprehend languages.
I think does comprehend let you speak? I think it might do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, you have 3, so you can spread them out. Pretty much have one in the middle, and then front back.
Oh,
Is Kahana smart? Can she
is
deal with
s-
stuff better than we can?
is
I would
she
say
smart?
put her at the front.
Is she
Right.
smart?
No,
That's a
no, I put Barb at the front.
She's pretty.
So that-
She's smart. She's not stupid. She's just
My charisma is high. Let's put me at the front.
yeah.
Yeah.
Her charisma is 12. So
No, I can only understand it. I don't think I can speak
okay.
it.
Then you should probably
Like-
be in the middle so you can relay.
Well,
Okay, so Kahana's at the back, Barb's at the front, and you are dressed as various members of the crew.
Before we go, we need a cover story.
Or
we have the
what?
crew.
Are we just crew working on the ship? That's all. We don't have any names or anything. You've got
Code names,
The cat
backstories.
is called Mr. Cat.
That would yes, that's the thing that people would call a cat. Is anyone a Swedish plumber? Like, what's going on? Like,
I feel like we could just use names and just be like, yeah, you picked us up at a harbour.
yeah, like they'll have picked up crew along the way.
Yeah.
fine.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. Are you sure?
I mean,
just-
think of a name
just-
other than your own, and it's fine.
Yeah, because these people don't know you. You don't need like.
What if they ask what we're doing there, and I say
work
what?
on the
and
ship.
Okay.
That's like Kahana's answer. You work.
We're scrubbing a deck.
Yeah,
That's what they do on ships.
scrubbing a deck, tying a knot.
Sinan, do we know the prince's name?
You absolutely do.
Because we will need to expect it, I imagine, to know his name.
Yes. Let me just look up his name because his name is okay. So do you want it with okay? Just like the title for Prince is Shehzadeh, which means Shah's son, basically. This is what it means. But this name is Baybars. Baybars.
Barsi.
Baybars. There you go.
So it's Shehzadeh rather than prince.
Yeah. But
Okay.
you would, but like, I'm not gonna make you speak Turkish, you know.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna make you speak Turkish now. I've changed my mind. This is now Duolingo, but D&D.
I moved to the Balkans and now
Now
Turkish is making me.
Yeah, that's it. The DevShirme system's gone mad. It's gone mad. I don't
Awesome.
think.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Right. Also, you will know the name of the Sultan pretty quickly because the banners will have his like imperial calligraphic signature on it. But yeah, so are we going?
Let's go.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're just walking up the gangplank onto the deck.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So as
Sounds
you
like it.
approach, the guards, they look at all of you as you're going by, but you can't quite read anything in their face because their face are hidden by the iron masks that they wear. And you feel this. Time just sort of slows as you walk by them because you get the sense that they're tensing, that they're almost going to do something, but then you're by them. You just feel this, you know, like that. You know, like walking through like the
Walking past the bouncer.
yeah, walking past the bouncer, and you're just like, "Oh, I'm fine, actually. I didn't do anything wrong." And of course, except you are doing something wrong, very wrong. When you arrive on the top of the deck, you see that there's a sort of one of these sort of guards is dressed in red leather and is barking orders at like a pretty large group of these guards you now know are like soldiers, professional soldiers, and you see these banners with a calligraphic signature on it that Barb and Kahana can read. So I don't know if Barb wants to relay what the banner says to people.
I will. I would love to do that.
Okay, so the banner is calligraphic writing, so it's kind of difficult for you to make out. But the basically it reads: His Imperial Majesty, the Khan of Khans, the King of the Two Great Seas, the Shadow of the Gods upon the material plane, the Deputy of the Sun, the Protector of the Two Moons, and Guardian of the Great Path, the rightful ruler of all mortals in this plane and beyond, Sultan Bayezid.
I relay this telepathically to everyone
Yeah.
while we're walking past it.
It is an ambitious set of titles for someone to have.
Now, I would know this, right? So would this imply that this is just the flag of because it's the prince, or does this mean the Sultan himself is on the ship?
No, it's just a representation. It is a symbolic, but not symbolic because of idolatry, representation of the of imperial legitimacy and
Right, so this is the regime we're flying under, basically.
yes, whose regime we are flying under. But yeah. And you do notice that there are other symbols around that you recognize. A particular one is of a sort of geometric pattern that's like two lines connected and then a line and then there's sort of a gap and then four more lines, which you recognize as like a kind of what's called a Torah, which is like a sort of a tamga. This is a tamga. This is a sort of like seal to say that you are who you say you are. It's a clan seal.
Right. And that's on the ship, or is it being worn by the guard?
It's on the ship and it's being waved as a flag.
Right.
So this is the ruling clan of the Nihai at the moment, which is a sort of tribal confederacy called the Four Arrows.
I also relay this to people.
Yeah. So that
I think relaying any thought back. Can I do that to communicate telepathically?
yeah, if
Just like, just thinking back to Barb, like, let's just get off deck, out of sight quickly.
Yeah, Barb, you do see like the musicians getting ready in their great red cloaks with their drums and their wind instruments and no fiddles. Strangely, no fiddles.
I feel a yearning somewhere where you think my heart would be.
Yeah, and you manage to sneak below decks without anyone questioning you, and you are now on the floor with the buffet. And obviously, they seem to have served up extra today.
Now, remind me of the floor plan, because we'll have got that from Elfin.
Yeah, so you have this sort of like main communal area, and if you go out by the door on the right, and you keep, well, you've gone through the cannon floor, and you've gone down again. So now you've got this sort of, if you go out the door on the right, you will eventually find stairs. and if you go down to deck 7, the 7th deck below the thing, you will find the 2 rooms with the locks.
Okay.
So I think we just hang about the mess hall until we hear the
parade leaving.
the parade leave. Yeah, because this is not a suspicious place to be. This is like get some food.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Unless someone asks you to go and do work.
Yeah, and then
Well, just do work.
Just do
I'm just
work,
go back.
yeah.
go and do some work. Yeah.
Look busy, expert at that.
Yeah, if you have time to lean, etc.
Yeah.
So, do they have any smooth pie fillings? Or...
Yeah, there's several smooth pie fillings available, mainly to spread on bread though. It's very
Oh god. Oh, I was so nervous about what the word after spread was going to be.
Yeah, an apple crumble type spread.
Yeah. Okay, well, to be fair, I would eat it. Yeah,
Let's
that's
go to the
good.
least suspicious table.
yeah. Okay, so you grab some food, free food. I feel like Art's going to be all over it. Get some chicken, get some bread, get some sauce with that. You get a lot of salad as well, spicy peppers. It's just the works. You know, you get some chili sauce if you wanted.
Ooh.
You know.
Yeah.
It's
How many people? It's quite busy in the canteen.
It's a bit less busy than you would expect, presumably because everyone's up on the top deck trying to look busy. But it does seem like a good time to just grab some food.
Okay, so nobody's questioning us being there while the people work. It's a normal thing to do.
Yeah, no one's really looking at you particularly like you're doing something wrong. There is a sort of, again, a well-dressed man, not the prince, but there is another well-dressed man currently on this deck collecting some food for himself.
Do we recognize his rank or anything?
You would recognize him, and Kahana recognizes him as a captain. He is a high-ranking naval official in the Nihai.
So he would be the captain of the ship,
The
or
captain
one
of
of the
the ship.
captains?
He would be the captain of the ship.
Okay.
He might even be like, you don't know who this is, but he might even be like a very, very like particularly accomplished captain, considering the job he's doing. You would suspect he's a very capable
I think
person.
I whispered to Kahana and asked if she recognizes him.
He's a bit young to be one of the famous ones, isn't he? Like, and he is a half elf, and so that might be like skewing your perception of him. But like, you do have this image of like the famous Nihai admirals as sort of like old men with white beards, and you know, like you don't. This guy is young. He looks young.
He doesn't look like your typical picture of
he looks.
Nihai captain.
Yeah, it's sort of like sort of like long red hair, red beard, you know, very different to what you would typically expect. He's probably from a frontier province.
Okay. So I guess we're just going to try not to grab his attention or something.
Yeah.
I guess we don't need
just
to roll
sort of
to eat.
Eat quietly
He
and
sits-
just wait.
He sits on the table next to yours and just starts eating as some officers start sitting with him and eating as well. And you hear them talking and they're like, God, I'm just going to be glad when this is done. We have to just go around they start describing like places like the Amberman, and then we go by the sort of we go by those primitives that live across from the sovereignty, and then we go home. And we can relax a little bit. 'Cause God, I am tired of this trip. Just a nightmare. And you just hear them all talking about various sort of like hijinks they've got. Even though it's like a treasure ship and everything should be fine, they're just talking about the hijinks and the amount of times they've had to bail out crew from just like doing stupid things on shore. and you
Bob's resisting the urge to tell them about the horse and horse.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's like, and they start talking about like, we've got one more city to go to on this island, and he's like, are you kidding? Why one more? Like, why do I have to be on this island? I just want to go home. Like, I'm fed up. I've had enough of this. Even the prince has had enough of this. He's supposed to be here, finding out things about the wider world, and all he's done is sulk in his room and admire the treasure that we've collected. That's all he does all day long. He doesn't want to do anything. You know, he's supposed to be the great bastard. He's a fucking...
It's in his room!
Yeah.
It's in his room!
Just wants to stay in his room. They call him the Great Bastard. He's a great bastard. Boring bastard. What he is. And they keep eating. Like, we shouldn't talk horribly about him because, you know, the wolves have ears and all that.
I'm trying really
thanks
hard
to Barb.
to not say anything.
Thanks to Barb. Maybe an idea is to knock on his door and just tell him that his captain has just been bad mouthing upstairs.
Bob is like
Just gonna
you.
go and be a messy bitch.
Yeah.
You get
You're
like
just
the
gonna cause
you get
drama.
the telepathic message equivalent of like a light bulb going off. And I communicate the message to Elfin and Angriff, and I will wait to see their reactions.
Oh, I already heard it.
No, but this was in my head.
I mean, no reactions.
No reactions. Okay.
Everyone just eating.
Yeah, everyone's just eating their food.
It's really good.
Damn, that's so good at acting.
Anyway, where is they keep talking, so anyway, where's the prince anyway? I'm probably reading. Nerd. Reading, looking at maps. Really, like, you think that guy's gonna usurp the crown? I mean, they worried about nothing. The miserable bastard. Doesn't have the imagination to usurp anything.
No. From Elfin's reconnaissance,
Mhm.
where the prince's quarters would be.
Yeah, it's the captain's cabinet. The captain's. What would have been the captain's, but obviously now is.
He's taken it over.
Yeah, because he's the guy in charge.
And that's where they're keeping that's where they're keeping the treasures.
No, that's
in
where
the camp.
he is. He is there.
Oh, I thought you said he was like.
No, but he goes down to admire the treasure occasionally.
Oh, okay, right.
Oh,
right,
I thought
right,
he meant that he'd taken the treasure to his
no,
cabin.
no. He might have taken
Right.
some, but like it's an accounting error, you know, compared to the
Right,
stuff
right,
you
right.
could, you know, you're on to get here.
Maybe this prince could use some friends. That's not an insult. I'm suggesting we be the friends.
Yeah,
But you're just
no.
gonna get paid by. You're just gonna ditch Mug. You're gonna leave in this treasure ship with the prince. Plot to and he's just gonna bankroll your adventures forever. Is that like? Is that
He's
like
going to take
the
you to
dream?
destroy the sovereignty.
We were gonna rob you, but really, we were just wanted to ask: are you okay? Do you need someone to talk to?
Fucking hell.
You need
We all need friends.
Okay, what
He's
is
going to become our Frank Reynolds. Let's do
what
it.
is the party doing?
I think we just have to wait until these officers get on their way, and then we can make our way downstairs.
Yeah. They do eventually finish their food and they split. Some of them go in the direction you're going in, but there's no reason to think that they're not just going to another deck to badmouth the prince or whatever. And you get up. And yeah, you do have your way, so you can get up and start moving if you wish.
Yeah.
Are we
downstairs.
going to go straight to the locks or go to the prince first and try and get him out the way?
Straight to the locks. Let's get this done.
Okay.
Okay.
So as you're walking, you are confronted by... They've left some guards on the ship, obviously, and you are confronted by 4 guards walking the other way who take a look at you for longer than you would like. And one of them stops you, like stops Barb at the front and just asks, "Where are you going? You're deck staff, aren't you? Why are you heading down into the ship?"
There's been a spillage on the lower decks. I've been asked to take care of it. Everyone else is busy because with the parade.
Do you roll a deception check?
Okay.
Are these guys smart?
Deception.
Is the question that we're now asking.
Oh, these rolls are horrendous. That's an 11.
He kind of looks at you. He's like, "Who told you to go down to the lower decks?"
Okay. Do I know anyone's name on this ship apart from the prince?
You, I'm gonna roll for Kahana to see if she can summon a name. Just like, she steps up and she's like, "Oh, you know, Uwe sent us down to lower decks," and they give each other a look. Vase, really? Like, as if he knows what happens on the lower decks, but you know, if he's if he's suddenly doing his job properly, I mean, who are we to stop him? You know, and they just have a laugh between themselves and just kind of let you go.
Well, Agriff laughs along.
Yeah, Art chuckles too.
Yeah,
Like.
just like laughing along with the guards. They
what are you like?
Yeah. Do you just say what you like, but in common? Just completely blow the cover voluntarily. Vase, whoever he is. So they end up letting you go.
There doesn't seem to be very much staff synergy on this boat.
Yeah, people do. Well, they've been on the boat for a long time. I think they're probably starting to get on each other's nerves.
I guess the prince doesn't seem to inspire that much confidence either. Maybe he doesn't run a tight ship.
Yeah.
That's
right. You get down to about the 5th deck, and you spot this. You spot the captain walking directly along the corridor with you, with a couple of the guards with him, and he sort of gives you a curious look. He's like, I'm sorry. I swear I recognize you. And it says this to, he says this to Elfin specifically.
Oh?
It's like, I feel like I recognize you. And he turns to the guys like, don't you recognize her? Like, look, no, they start having a conversation among themselves. Like, no, it's really funny. They pull out this poster, this wanted poster. They're like, it's incredible how much you, like, even though this one's much better looking, but wow, that is incredible how much you embody the incredibly awkward spirit of this drawing. And they kind of show it to the other, and it's the wanted poster from the Kerstama City. Some local gave this to us, and wow, do some of you really look like these guys? It's incredible.
Bob says, Bob tries to interrupt, like, oh, we get that a lot, but you've already just seen us around because we're cleaning the ship.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I didn't assume there was, you have the uniform, right?
Yeah.
That's
God, that's so dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, you look like these famous wanted folk, but you do have the uniform.
Yeah, so therefore, it's real like Hitman logic, because he rolled a 2. So I'm like Hitman logicking him. It's just like,
I'm thinking, like, I really wish I had that dick drawn on my face right now.
Oh, you still have the moustache and goatee.
this is like
Threw them off. It's the balls and the goatee.
No, but seriously, why are you down on the lower decks? You lot are top deck staff. What are you all doing down here? You're not.
We've been ordered down to clean the lower decks, so I can't argue against orders.
Who gave you that order?
Vake. What's the name?
Uvase, yeah.
What is with every single fucking person being such a fucking job's worth? Jesus Christ.
You just like let out this frustration
It's like screaming through the thoughts.
Yeah.
Unless I've got a horrible feeling this guy is Vase, and we've just told him that he's given us the order, but we've said the name now.
No, he's not Uvase.
Okay, thank God.
It's like, Vase, is he even on the ship? Like, it'd be news to me if he was on the ship whenever we're at a port. Well,
He did start walking 10 minutes ago, so for all I know, he could have already left.
He could have, yeah, that's true. And you do hear, like, the drums banging from the top deck as the procession is beginning. It's like, right, I should probably go see off the parade. Well, yeah, you clean the lower decks and stay out of trouble. Because of the...
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, can't believe that. What are the odds? And they just start walking away.
Bob tries to throw up and remembers she's a robot.
Yeah. It's just dry heaving. This half elf is dry heaving, desperate for something to throw up, and is just incapable of doing it. Okay. So you make it down to the 7th deck, and you are confronted by the 2 doors with their locks, and you see this arcane text sort of flashing going along it.
Does anyone have an ability to read what the arcane text says?
If any of you can read or speak Draconic, which I guess Kahana can.
I can also do that.
Yeah. So you recognize it as just a common glyph. roll an Arcana check to see if you can get anything more specific out of it, but you're probably just going to be like, I guess it's an arcane lock.
I rolled a natural one.
Yeah, you guess it's an arcane lock.
Nice.
Kahana rolled a 6, so it's not really going to be much better.
I guess I'll just get started in lockpicking one of these doors.
Okay.
Do we have is there any indication? Can I do an investigation on which one I would think might be more likely to be the...
You can roll, roll an investigation, and I'll tell you whether there are any traps as well, if you get a good enough roll.
Yeah.
I want us to stand by the doors so that we're
16
breaking the
plus
line
5.
of view from Art and just sort of like mime cleaning the floor.
Okay.
Yes.
21.
Okay, so, you can't really tell which one would be more likely to have the treasure in it. You suspect that they have collected so much treasure that simply
they've got two.
They've got two big rooms for it because, like, they've just been traveling around the world collecting money and like nice things. So, you know, so you can pretty much pick your poison. As to traps, you get the sense that there is something more to these doors than meets the eye, but you don't get the sense it's going to hurt you or anything. But you get the sense that, like, if you open the door, something is going to happen eventually, but you're not quite sure what.
Like an alarm.
You get a feeling that when you open the door, something will happen, like the door being open.
Yeah, like the door being open, or there could be like timed triggers that you can't quite identify in this door. Or in both doors.
Okay. Well,
so you may not have all of the time in the world.
One second then, because I'm assuming Elfin has good Arcana as a warlock. Can I help them understand the draconic symbols so that they can?
Does Elfin understand Draconic?
No, I don't think.
Then
I think I should be able to understand it from
if you comprehend languages. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you can. Yeah. Okay. You can give an Arcana check to it.
Is there any point in me casting Detect Magic?
Well, at this point, let's be honest, the ship has sailed. There's magic there. Like, at that point, let's be real. At this point, it's a magic lock.
Unless you've got Dispel magic. Like,
oh, that's true. That could be good.
I can detect magic through the walls as well, so not
that's
just
true.
Unless...
Yeah.
What was it? Presence of magic within 30 feet.
Okay.
Blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, thin sheet of lead, 3 feet of wood or dirt.
All right. So you are casting Detect Magic.
Oh,
sorry. Go ahead.
Does Bob helping me mean I'd have advantage?
Yes.
Yeah.
So on the Detect Magic, you detect both an arcane lock and another spell that is an alarm spell. So basically, once you open the door, someone somewhere on the ship is going to be alerted to the fact that this door is opened. Or not on the ship. They might not be on the ship. Like, they might be part of the parade, or, you know. But someone is going to know this door has been opened. They may not necessarily think anything of it, but they'll know.
And that's on both locks?
Yeah. Like, you detect it on both. So you've got an arcane lock, which is a +10 to the DC for the lockpick. And you get an alarm.
Oh boy, 1 free alarm.
Yeah.
And no one has any Dispel magic or anything?
Ooh, let's have a look.
Probably not. Dispel
magic. I have Dispel magic.
What level are you going to cast Dispel magic at?
Level 3.
Okay, let me just check Dispel Magic to see if it dispels all effects or if it just dispels the sum of the level that you cast it.
It says 1, but that's...
Then you can dispel either the lock or the alarm on one of the doors.
The alarm.
The alarm. Please.
Yeah. So you have successfully dispelled the alarm.
Actually, how many spell slots do I have in 3rd level? Can I cast it twice?
I imagine you probably only got 1.
Oh, I've got 3 spell slots.
3?
Oh, okay,
oh,
well then get casting.
Okay, then
also,
I cast both.
Yeah, also, Elfin, if you still want to do your Arcana check, you can, but...
I got 16.
Yeah, it's an alarm and an arcane lock. It's not a particularly
Oh, that's really
sophisticated.
useful to know.
Yeah, and you can recognize that from the glyphs now. It's you get
Okay,
it now. You get it now.
I've dispelled the alarms off them both, but
Yeah.
I have one more spell slot on 3rd level, and I'm assuming it'd be better to save that.
Probably if things get heated on the way out.
Okay. Well, I'll start rolling my sleight of hand, and that's first one is a natural 20, which gets to 30.
Click.
Well, natural
Yeah.
20 is just auto success, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And
Yeah.
so, surprisingly easily, just like
First time he's not been hungover in months.
yeah,
just-
and just like he's like
Hours.
unlocked the extra levels of the brain you get when you don't just drink all day long, and then click, and the door opens, and you are
you've
confronted
been able
by
to do this the entire time?
yeah,
Crazy.
I'm really, you don't. I'm good at this.
It's like a Rock Lee with the ankle pads once he takes them off.
Yeah.
you are immediately met by a room that has like a series of sort of like bulkier, larger treasures sort of along the sides of the room. But what you have is a series of seemingly meticulously organized bags of holding just throughout this room, each one labeled with a place.
I'll put in a bag of holding in a bag of holding's a bad one, isn't it?
Yeah,
How
that
do you
makes
do that?
that thing
Is that
makes
possible?
things explode.
Oh,
Yeah.
But if they're in bags of holding, we could just grab some fucking bags of holding and take them. Because then we've got more than one bag of holding as well.
Okay.
And that's fucking valuable in itself.
So, as everyone's walking through the room, I'm assuming you're all just going to walk through the treasure room and look at some of these treasures on the side.
Close the door behind us. as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just make sure. So, everyone roll an investigation check. There's no guarantee you find the thing that you sent to me,
Oh yeah.
but you can find something.
natural 20.
Okay.
Investigation.
We'll do that in a sec.
Oh, God.
15 plus 5 is a 20 for me, but not that.
Okay, that's cool.
That's an 18
Okay.
for me.
19.
Okay, so everyone is going to find something nice, is the good news here. Or something that they actually want. Fuck, I forgot. Okay, right, I forgot what I was gonna... Alfred, I don't think we talked about what you're gonna get, but you do find some fantastic artisanal jams inside one of the bags of holding. You just reach into a bag of holding and say, think jams, and you pull out this collection of excellent artisanal jams. Smooth, too.
Oh, I don't like smooth.
Nah, it's not. It's fine. It's whatever you want it to be. I'll wait for Bob to get back, and then we'll do everyone's item.
It's a jab for all seasons.
Yeah, it's a fantastically well made jam.
Oh, I've still got unicorn horn.
Yeah, you do.
Okay,
Okay.
sorry, I was trying to hold on
Okay.
until then.
Okay, so Elfin got some lovely jam out of one of the random bags of holding she stuck her hand into. Okay, so
In a jar, I hope.
Angrith, while
Yeah.
you're walking around, you spot this really impeccable full plate armor. It's in the continental style. It's familiar. It's even familiar to you. It looks like the kind of armor they made back in your homeland. This is fantastic piece of
Ooh.
full plate armor, but except some of it is encrusted with particular jewels. There's some gold plating on it. It looks particularly both like meticulously made, but like very strong.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, so you can collect that. You can sort of, because it's plate, you can kind of take it apart and put it in a bag, into a bag of holding if you wish. As you're walking around, you spot this sort of turquoise stone seal with a trotting horse on it.
Mm-hmm.
And you get this sense that whatever this is, it's important, but you don't really know what it is.
Yeah. Art picks up and looks at Barb and says, "This'll annoy people if it goes missing, won't it?"
Bob, you recognize this as like
Guaranteed.
an imperial seal of authority. This is like
Oh, Jesus.
This is like your no. I am for real the emperor's like representative here. You cannot disobey me, seal.
I think this might get us out of here and beyond.
Well, I take that.
Okay, so you have one turquoise Imperial seal. Barb, you feel drawn to a particularly beautifully made dagger that is on a pedestal.
It's on a pedestal. Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus. Okay.
it's on a pedestal, and you see this brilliant gem in the hilt, and you just have this feeling the gem is looking at you.
Okay. I reach out and touch it. I try and grab the hilt.
You were able to grab the hilt. It's fine, and
Okay.
you feel a familiar connection to this object. You don't know what it is, but you feel like an intense familiar connection to it.
I think this was used on me. Well, that's
Huh?
going to be confusing later. I can. So I'm going to be able to, because of my telepathy, I can sort of feel a few thoughts coming out of the gem.
Yeah.
But in this situation, I'm going to really try not to concentrate on that.
You just hear
Really.
clawing whispers at the side of your mind. But while
Yeah.
you're all admiring your various treasures, you hear the door close again. And you hear a voice call out, "So are you enjoying the many gifts in here?"
Yeah.
Yes.
And you see...
Come turn and see who it is.
You see...
Oh
the
wait, I
prin-
don't understand it. So.
Yeah, you see...
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, you see the prince walking. He's speaking common.
Oh, okay. Then
You,
yes.
yeah, you see the prince step forward, and he's like, "Well, I have to say I'm impressed that you..."
I instinctively kneel. Sorry.
Yeah. It's like,
Oh, you were the one. Are you the one that the captain and everyone was making fun of? Said that you were a massive nerd who would never usurp the throne.
Yeah, who would
I-
never score?
He never scored. I have a reputation as being insular. I keep to myself.
Intel.
Yeah. Not quite that.
Elfin just out the background.
Yeah, not
Himself.
quite like that, because I don't feel that entitled. Although I am a prince, but so pretty
You heard
entitled.
of the red pill.
Yeah. But he sort of stands there. He goes, you can take these things. You can even have this. He throws a bag of holding at art. Particularly,
Oh.
you can have it. It's an
Okay.
accounting error. Who cares if, and he reads the place name, and he just sort of reads it with disdain. Who cares if we don't have the treasures of this place? We have all the treasures we need at home. But, if you're... Well, let's just say you were much less raucous than the previous group who tried to get in here. And
Yeah, we saw that.
and you have them...
Are you
to
getting
thank-
anywhere in the vicinity of a point?
Hold, Angrith, let's try chill the fuck out. He just gave us a lot of shit.
He makes a point. I get the sense
Everyone
you're in a
has
rush,
proclamations.
but what I need is to employ a group with skills like yours.
Okay.
And
I did
Okay.
think you're being surprisingly okay with this, my prince, but where is this going?
Well,
I
he wants
have-
to hire a group with skills like ours.
I have particular
Thank you,
business I need conducted for me in the sovereignty. And I
Okay,
need people,
spit it out.
I need people who can quietly and without being traced back to me deal with a particular person who is a rising political star there.
That sounds
Yeah,
absolutely
we've killed
like-
rising political stars before.
Oh, you have? Oh, you're not these people. He also has a wanted post. I do
No,
see it.
no.
I do kind of
No.
see it, though.
The soul patch is different, you see.
Are they handing
Yeah.
these things out on the corner of the fucking street? Oh yeah, probably.
Probably, actually, that's kind of the point of a wanted poster, isn't it? It's kind of the idea. Look, but I need quiet assassination because, frankly, I am uncomfortable with this particular figure. We can't find any information on him. We can't get spies into his household.
Ooh,
I
and
need
why?
him gone. Well, the why
We do have
is-
some.
Hmm?
No, you carry on.
Hold on, let me just get my notes because I've just been okay. So the Who is it? You might be familiar with a region that the sovereignty annexed, Arasamia, which Angrith immediately recognizes because that's where the sovereignty name for where he's from. There's a legate in the army there, by the name of Lucullus. I need him dealt with. He is a destabilizing political force who's likely to win elections if he returns to their capital, and I can't have the sovereignty being unstable at the moment. I prefer the devil I know.
Is this Angrith? Is this the guy that murdered your whole family?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, if it is, what a happy coincidence.
Yeah.
But
It's a fellow by the name of Lucullus Rufus.
I mean, listen, we're happy to give stabby to anyone in the sovereignty.
and you don't need to take the fact that Barb said stabby to mean that we don't take this seriously.
We also do slicey.
But if I may ask, are we going to be able to get out of here? Okay. I mean, you are the prince.
You're free to leave. I don't need all of. He throws another bag of holding at Angrith. This time at Angrith. I don't need this.
Oh,
These are accounting errors on the scale of an empire's income. These are accounting errors. It's symbolic. It's not real.
yeah. Art tries to hide a Woody.
Can I do a insight?
But how much of this gold behind us is an accounting error? How much would you say would be a reasonable accounting error?
He walks up and just grabs a solid handful of gold, and you just see him stare at it, and the gold just melts in his hand, and he's like,
Okay, definitely fucking insight on this guy. I like.
"Okay,
What are the vibes like?
what are the vibes?
What's the
good?
vibes?
Vibe
That's a
check.
19.
Okay, so your general read on this guy is that he does seem to want you to do this thing, and
That wasn't the question.
yeah, the vibes are that, like, you know, he's like, what specifically do you want to insight on this
He
guy?
sincerely wants us to kill this guy. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yes.
But he's not going to kill you. He
it-
seems
Okay, but like, do we get? Is there like a feeling like this is this pure politics, or is this like, is there some ulterior motive than, you know, I just want to stabilize this region?
Your reading of it is that this is pure politics. That he needs, for
Okay.
whatever reason, for the sovereignty to not have this guy reach a particular senior position, because it wouldn't work out for him for whatever reason. You don't get any read that there's any sort of particular personal motivation at play. You also get the sense that if you were to fight this guy right now, he would kill all of you.
I was going to say,
Because he has come armed with a very, very well, like, ornate scimitar, and does seem ready to fight.
And he melted some gold in his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Balthazar Gelt, fuck off.
I mean, we'll happily do your work. This is a mission we are happy to take.
Yeah, we're off that direction anyway.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna sort of out of character. Angrith isn't necessarily going to do it just because we've said that we're going to do it now. Because do I know anything about this Lucullus?
Lucullus Rufus. You haven't lived there for ages. You don't know who this is. This must be some new generation of politician that has emerged.
Okay, so I don't know anything about that name. Okay, so if I don't know anything about the name, if I get there, it turns out, actually, the reason this guy's destabilizing everything is because he's doing
good
things
shit. He's changing the things
suck.
that need changing.
Yeah, like if he does something like that, then
I'm going to send a telepathic message to Angrith saying, if we agree, he'll let us live.
Yeah, we can just lie. But
Fine.
Art's fully like, yeah, 100%. I'll kill anyone.
That's what I like to hear. And he scoops up like 50 gold coins and tosses them.
Art starts crying slightly.
I was just like, Oh, so is that all?
No.
Is that everything you need?
Is there a catch? Is what I'm wondering.
Well, the only catch is that I have given you great gifts, and I expect some great gifts in return. But for now, I'll settle with this Lucullus Rufus being dead, and then we can talk about more. He sort of gestures generally to the treasures and the bags of holding.
And one more, my prince. If it happens that, because I'm assuming Lucullus is quite powerful, what happens if we fail? Not that we won't. But what?
Oh, we'll be dead. It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, you will be dead either way if you fail, because I will have you killed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the gold, thank you. I just start picking more stuff up off the floor, just hoping he'll walk away.
Yeah, like
Just
he's gonna watch you take the money. He's watching you take the money. He's making
Yeah.
a point of
Is
watching
he
you
getting?
take.
Is he getting off on us taking the money?
He's not getting off.
We're
But
just
he just
walking towards the door with like the bag.
yeah,
open, just like
he makes a point of watching you scramble for the wealth that he doesn't care for. Except Angriff, who I assume doesn't stoop to such a level.
No, definitely fucking not.
Yeah, but what about Elfin? Is she taking the stuff as well?
Free money.
I don't think Elfin understands how money works.
think of all the jam.
Art's like having it's like fully like having.
Art's nose is bleeding.
Art might be in love with this man. I'm not sure what's going on.
I've never seen anything. I've never been. It's never. It's just beautiful.
Like, okay, we'll discuss what's in the bags of holding, but Art and Barb have just collected probably the best part of like 1,500 gold.
Oh Jesus!
Just from like carrying the gold. Like he's just tossed money and back at you, and he looks at Angry. He's like, nothing for you.
Is this referring to the gold still?
Yeah, gold, weapons, anything you like.
And my prince, if it's not too much trouble, if you know much about the sovereignty, and it sounds like you do, my friend here would probably value your information.
He kind of looks at Barb, because he's just insight checked Barb, and walks up to her. And kind of,
Nothing out of the ordinary.
You see this brief moment where, like, you meet his eyes, and his eyes are this sort of deep brown color, and they turn this sort of brilliant shade of violet, as he goes, why don't you show me who you really are? And you need to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
That is 11.
Yeah, you have failed the wisdom saving throw. You have been commanded to drop your disguise.
Okay, I immediately do it.
Kind of takes a step back. He's like, oh, one of my brother's constructs. Funny.
Yes, my prince. I'm sorry to be so far away from home, but
it's just kind of funny. I didn't think any of you would make it out this far. Huh. Interesting.
She's my friend.
Oh, I have no ill design on her.
I have a
was
feeling, my
curious.
prince, that I wasn't supposed to make it out this far.
And he sort
The
of
longer I stand here.
He looks down at the sword that you're carrying, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you have that. Oh, my father is losing his mind about that. You can absolutely keep that. But you're not...
Thank you, because I don't want to give it back to your brother.
Yes, well, you're not to reveal it. You're not to reveal it to anyone. Because if you reveal it to anyone, you know, all of this goes away, and also you all die. So keep that a secret, for sure, because it's driving my dad bananas.
Yes, my prince. Thank you for being so considerate.
Of course. Here, he sort of hands 10 more gold to Barb.
Oh my god!
Just because that gave me such a laugh to see you to see that again.
You can see, I think the rest of the pike is just a single like tear, like an actual tear coming down
Now,
Bob's face.
he puts his arms onto Barb's shoulders. Now you have to disguise yourself again because people will notice you. But yeah, please, if there's anything else, in fact, he sort of walks over and he rolls up a piece of paper, sort of like a piece of vellum, and puts a seal on it. He's like, if any of the ships in the blockade give you any trouble, show them this and tell them I authorized you to depart. And they won't do anything to you.
So, before we part ways, do you have a weapon that would make dealing with this Lucullus character easier? Because it sounds...
What kind of weapon would you think would make it easier?
Something superior to this, and Nangrif
Just a
firmly plants the greatsword in the
deck.
Wood in the deck of the ship, yeah.
And looks at it. It's like, well, if you... He sort of picks it up, and he picks it up with surprising ease. He kind of looks at it. It's like, it's a little light, maybe, but it's a finely made weapon. Your order made good weapons, I take it. But I can, of course, give you. So, what's the damage on the greatsword? It's a D12 with.
It's a 2d6. Hold on.
Yeah, it's something that adds up to 12 in my head. That's why.
2d6, and then +5 is all the other stuff that it does.
He rummages about and produces this rather like ornate sheath that has like a curved blade, and he presents you with a +2 falchion, which will in essence have the same baseline 2d6 because it's a rather large falchion, so you will have to wield it like a greatsword, but it is a +2, so that's +2 to attack, to hit, +2 to damage.
Okay.
Do you want to, Angus, do you want to ask him if he knows anything about the person who killed everyone?
That's what I was going to do before he figured out who I was, yeah. I wanted to get him to reveal the information to Angriff.
I have ears everywhere, so I might. Who is it you're looking for?
The man who gave the order, woman, I suppose, who gave the order
Considering
to...
the scold you got before.
Just to be clear, yeah. We're equitable.
No, I might be on a path of vengeance, but I am an ally.
Vengeance versus revenge discourse about to hit again.
Whoever gave the order to wipe out my order 5 years ago now.
I'll need time to find information, but I can have it delivered to you.
Very well.
Consider
Agreed.
it. Yeah. When you reach the area, you can expect a messenger to approach you, and he will deliver the information to you. And that should help you on your path of vengeance.
Someone gets it. The more I speak to this guy, the more I like the cut of his jib.
Yeah.
the most sane conversation we've had in weeks.
And Art's in a corner crying.
Yeah, Art's like having a heart attack.
Barb's never been more intimidated in her life, but Art's dying in the corner, and Angus is like, what a great conversation.
Yeah, Angus like this guy, like once I scolded him, just dealt straight, you know? That's that.
So we're gonna have no trouble with the blockade then,
Well,
Yeah, let's get out of here.
right?
yeah, run. Make it dramatic. Run. Have fun with it.
Oh.
Have fun with it.
Why the
Art run out holding that gold between his eyes.
I'm looking at the weapons on D&D Beyond. Why is an antimatter rifle fucking...
Yes.
You must have bought the space
Jesus
expansions.
Christ.
Yeah, this is but yeah. It's like run, have fun with it. No one's gonna stop you.
Thank you,
Let's go.
my Prince.
Oh yeah, thanks. Let's go.
And you all run out carrying these 2 bags of holding and just a bunch of gold and new weapons
That's
between
like-
All these gods!
and
Just
jam.
laughing like the German child in The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Don't chase me, I'm so full of chocolate.
Chocolate. Okay. So we will close the session there and we will begin with you on Mug Ship simply leaving. You can just
Yeah.
leave.
Simply leaving.
Hit the bricks.
And then tell her that I guess next time we'll figure out just how much gold we got.
Yeah. I've got to do some calculations. Okay, well there you go.
You told me 1,500 plus the 10, so that's what I've written.
Yeah, that's
down.
what you've written. So it's on you to write it down, but I've got to work out what's in these 2 bags of holding before next week, so that's going to be fun.
Mm.
Not next week, but 2 weeks. That's going to be fun. I'll figure that out, you know. But yeah, we'll wrap it up there, and we'll be back in 2 weeks for more Team Normal. You've just met probably the coolest NPC that you're ever going to meet in this campaign.
I'll be honest. I was blown away by that. I was genuinely intimidated. Like I fell into character. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
It's
he
him!
knew because the other guys blabbed about you on their way in because they couldn't stop talking loudly. But yeah, we'll wrap it up there and I will put us on the closing scene and stop the stream there.